boy Big T don't miss.
Bang, 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 boy, shit break. On the hard thing, out of Alabama, you can add Nick say.
Now our feature presentation.
Yo, I done met a lot of niggas in my lifetime. You can't keep it real with everybody, my nigga. Everybody ain't solid, everybody ain't 100. For real. Stick to your motherfucking self. These niggas ain't what they say they is. Know that?
I do this shit for my brothers and everybody that done died for us. Niggas saying they gon' ride, when the time came, they ain't ride for us. Hitting licks on some hot shit with the same click, you a 5 buzz. Niggas switched up like a bitch, so they'll die for you, but they lied to us. Make room for the real, all that other shit ain't got time for it. Mama still paying bills, till I get a meal, I'ma grind for it. Record labels all fake and gay, I won't sell my soul, I won't sign for it. Really cut from a different cloth, and new niggas only piss me off. Come around like they really down, but they only around if they mooching off it. Niggas pussy beat the coochie off it. Listen up when the truth is talking. Real niggas got morals, and the lame niggas don't hate. Rob, who take what? Bitch, I'm riding around with that cake. Riding around with that long K, fuck a Draco, yeah, it's wartime. We ain't doing no drive-bys, if you try mine, we knocking doors down. I ain't saying I'm the biggest nothing, but if we got a problem, I'ma handle that. Loud talk gon' get crunny smacked. Turn this fat ass to a punching bag. Niggas saying it's on go when they see a nigga. Well, bitch, I'm a lunching pad. Hot shit for you fuck niggas. All love for the real niggas. Even if a nigga went blind and got paralyzed, I wouldn't feel niggas. See the pain in my city eyes that they traumatized and they still getting it. Forever smoke on Mac bands, long live smoking bean. But most of all, the one that hurt the most, goddamn nigga to the king. Wake me up, I know it's all a dream, but this real life and I'm stating facts. If I said it, nigga, then I meant it, nigga. If it's out my mouth, I won't take it back. Rap niggas know what's going on. I'm the hottest shit since Tupac. I'm in Tupac and I'm too hot. Nigga, you not, I'm a fuse box. Yeah, nigga, I control shit. Y'all ain't better than my old shit. Tell them folks on no shit, on oh shit, this bullshit. I done kept it too real, but never got it in return. It's fucked up how we live, well I guess it's what I gotta learn. And they ain't saying that I'm perfect, cause everybody got flaws. And they say the real in the graveyard or they locked up behind walls. Your closest homie can be your biggest hater and I ain't trusting shit, not at all. They laugh at you when you fall, get mad at you when you ball. They come around like they really down, but them niggas all cut them off. Stand alone on your own team, be a grown man, that's a boss. I'm only here to get it real. If I ain't done it, I ain't speaking on it. Wake 'em up cause it's real. You can't learn shit cause you sleeping on me. Own homie tried to steal from me. The same one that said he killed for me. I never trust another soul going down that road, I be done killed something. Taking food out my kids' mouth will be the quickest way I catch a bid for something. Understand you gotta live for something, or you gon' die trying to live for nothing. Every dollar ain't meant to be chased, my nigga. Be patient, it's really coming. You don't work, you don't eat. I'm grinding hard, losing sleep. I'm taking drugs to take the pain away, but somehow the shit getting weak. And the fact that niggas so quick to try you in these streets and think it's shit sweet. Niggas fast, they gon' fleet. In the meantime, I found my own grind, I got my own shine, yeah, I spend my money on my own time. Bitch, I done kept it too real, but never got it in return. It's fucked up how we live, well I guess it's what I gotta learn. And they ain't saying that I'm perfect, cause everybody got flaws. And they say the real in the graveyard or they locked up behind walls. Your closest homie can be your biggest hater, they ain't trusting shit, not at all. They laugh at you when you fall, get mad at you when you ball. They come around like they really down, but them niggas all cut them off. Stand alone on your own team, be a grown man, that's a boss.
What's the word? What's going on with it? Salute to everybody in the building. This is your boy, the Alabama Hitter. And you are now watching Hit Squad TV. Salute to everybody in the building. Salute to Positive Vibes. Diane Wright. Chocolate is in the building. My dog and Rose is in the building early. Man, listen. We got Althea in the building. And we got everybody in the bushes. We got Manatee just popped out, fam. Listen. Salute to y'all. Salute to y'all, fam. We're gonna get into it. I see folks like, yeah, where y'all been? Where you been? Hey man, I had to take a day out to get some situations straight. But we right back in the saddle again, you know? And yeah, we gotta talk about it, man. That damn Quit said, yeah, I could have snitched on straight drive. I said, damn. Why are we talking about snitch options in the first place? But anyway, it's all good. You know, we got Orange Mountain Quet, our typical dose of Orange Mountain Quet, and then we got this David case, fam. This David case is it's gaining a little traction. It's gaining a little traction. Raids have happened. They done ran up in the man house, and you know, last I checked, they done he done broke his lease. And he done got up out of there. Got up out of there, man. So it's a lot to look into, man. And listen. For my Memphians, all my Tennessee folk, my Mississippi folk, man, listen. I came across something not even looking for it. Judge Joe Brown just snapped on the whole city. It's crazy, you know. Judge Joe Brown too smart for his own good, and he's just a tad bit grumpy these days. So, we're gonna catch up on that a little bit as well, man. But I appreciate everybody that's in here rocking with us early, man. If y'all don't mind, hit that like button for your boy. Hit that like button for your boy to push this on out. And yeah, man, we're gonna get into it. We definitely gonna get into it. Let's go. I guess we'll start out with Chatlaw Ross because he's talking about this David situation and talking about the seizures that was made from his house. Yeah, you know, we friends on IG. I don't know nothing about your Facebook, chocolate, but it was last week when he said something about it. You feel me? So, but yeah, he snapped. Oh my goodness. Let's get into this David situation. Get in, get out. We're gonna go through all our topics, and we might add a few as we go on. Y'all know how it is. This news cycle is forever revolving. But yeah, hit that like button for your boy as we go into this whole situation about David. Yeah, it's getting weirder and weirder. And a lot of people seem to feel like that bro ain't do this. Maybe it's somebody that's closely affiliated with him. But we're gonna find out. At least it was. You deleted me. Somebody deleted you? Hell no. For real? We gotta talk about it.
Had another update on the David situation.
Hey, Care.
Sounds like he has fled his home and gotten the hell out of where he was staying, where this body was discovered. Okay, there's a bunch of articles going around. There's a bunch of Reddit posts going around. Apparently, he has officially left the home that he was in whilst this allegedly all went down. Okay, so let's just get straight into.
And listen, before y'all even get started, man, I don't know why in the hell this man got a glittery star on his top lip. All right. We're just gonna let that go as it is, man. But yeah, let's get into it. The real, what's going on with your home?
I'll show you the article, I'll show you some of the videos, everything that's going on. But yeah, it's looking like David is getting the hell out of here. Okay, so this is a Sun article. It says one more dance. Singer David flees $20,000 a month home after odd music video shot just weeks before girl was found dead in his Tesla emerges. And the homeowner has even spoken out about the search. So he was renting this property 20 bands a month. All right, on top of sending 9 bands to all these, you know what I'm saying, these Apple Pay accounts. This guy had a lot of overheads, man. Must be expensive to keep a secret, man. But this is a little video at the top of the article, and then I'll get into the article, explain everything that went down.
Police discovered decomposing human remains wrapped in a bag we now know belongs to Rivas. Eyewitness News has learned that she was found wearing a tube top, black leggings. She also had a tattoo on her right index finger that said, shh.
Sometimes, especially me doing music and things like that, it kind of gets hard to kind of navigate the bridge between your faith and your flesh.
Spooky, man, spooky. So look, let's get into this full article, right? Hang on, we don't need no trailers popping up. So this says the singer David has suddenly left the 4-bedroom home he had been renting for $20,000 a month only days after it was searched by cops. A probe is underway after the dismembered body of a missing teenager, Celeste Rivas, 15, was discovered in the trunk of a Tesla car. So this is an image of the cops searching the home in Los Angeles that David was renting. They're taking out evidence. Sounds like they got a bunch of stuff. They got computers. They're saying the search took place just months after his song One More Dance was released. Now, this is the blood on the white shirt again. You know what that symbolizes. It's very twisted, man. As I said, Rivas' body was found on September the 8th, months after the music video for David's track One More Dance was released. In the chilling clip, the artist, real name David Anthony Burke, played both a killer and a victim. At the start of the video, he was blindfolded, wearing a blood-stained white shirt, and seen dragging his victim by the feet before being seen belting out lyrics from a makeshift grave.
So, man, listen, just right off the bat, if I'm gonna be into this type shit, I'm not finna. You know what I'm saying? If I'm into this, I'm finna make happy-go-lucky songs. You know what I'm saying? Lollipop music. Why drop all these hints if you into this type stuff for real in real life? Y'all know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I really don't get it, fam. I would make a lighter, more accepting brand of music if this was what I was doing in the background. It's kind of crazy, man, but you know. Everybody want their clout. Everybody want their clout, their self-gratification, and they kudos for the bullshit they do.
David, 20, has not been charged in connection with Rivas' death, but last week cops searched the Hollywood Hills property that he was renting. Okay. It says the singer had been living in the $3.6 million home that had been rented for him by his manager, John Marshall, but Mladen Trifonovich claimed that Marshall asked him to end the lease, as reported by the Mail. Okay, the agreement began in February 2024, around 2 months before Rivas was last seen. Marshall is said to have already started hauling his and David's belongings out of the home. They didn't want to be there anymore. Trifonovich told the outlet he believes the pair will move out of the home this very week.
So is David and his manager? Is that what this is? I heard there's cameras everywhere. So if anything foul did happen in that house, they should have it. Either from the neighbors or from within the house, I'm assuming. This is just something that I came up on just recently. You know what I'm saying? But it's weird, man. This is a weird case. And Buddy is a weird individual. We talked about this before.
Trifonovich previously told Rolling Stone that he was shocked after cops carried out the search. He said he was informed about the developments by his real estate manager. Until then, I had no idea anything had happened at the house or what was going on with David and the missing little girl. The landlord empathetically stated that he didn't know David. After searching the home on September 17th, 2025, cops were seen carrying potential evidence. One cop was seen carrying what looks like a computer screen, according to footage shared by the ABC affiliate KABC.
So, yeah, they got computer screens. They got computers, everything. Sharon, what's going on with you? Salute to your loved one. Miss N said, death sells allegedly. Absolutely. Definitely sells. But damn. If this is who you are in real life and then you commit something like this, it's like all signs point to you. Kind of like, well, not kind of like, exactly like Y&W Melly, Sack Chaser and Chris. Yeah, rest in peace to them dudes. But yeah, It's crazy, y'all.
Several items of evidence were recovered and will be
Black
analyzed by
Barbie.
detectives in the coming days, the LA Police Department said. This is an ongoing investigation. Investigators are following up on several leads. Cops searched a home for blood evidence, according to Charles Latibaudiere, a TMZ journalist. So they did this scouring of the house looking for any evidence, he told News Nation. Right? Grisly find. The home that was searched was near to where David's car had been abandoned before it was taken to the Hollywood tow yard. Cops found Rivas's body after workers detected a foul smell coming from the vehicle. Rivas's body was not intact and had severely decomposed. It since emerged that Rivas and David had been in a relationship. The relationship started when she was 13, her family told the US Sun. I didn't know that the family had told them that. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. We're gonna get into that in a minute, right? And one of Rivas's former science teachers claimed she'd run away to Hollywood to be with him. David and Tina said to have matching tattoos that said shush on their right index fingers.
And there is speculation going around that the mother is not speaking. The brother has had some conversation with people from the Discord, but the mother, she out of sight, out of mind. And a lot of people feel like that the reason she is not being vocal about this is because, you know, of the current climate and situations going on in the country where, you know, doom 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 doom, them folk right there will pull up and get right with them if they not, you know what I'm saying, legal.
And the music star seemed to fantasize about someone named Celeste in a leaked track. Rivas was seen in April 2024 in Lake Elsinore, around 69 miles from Los Angeles. A vigil was held in Lake Elsinore over the weekend. Eli Nadaf, a store owner there, described her as a shy, sweet child. He told the LA Times that she would go to his store when heading to the bus station before going to school. Rivas's cause of death remains deferred, but Alison Trissel, a criminal defense lawyer, explained that the teen's autopsy will be a crucial tool in the police's probe. Once the medical examiner determines this, the information can help investigators direct their focus and look for possible suspects or potential murder weapons, she told the CW affiliate KTLA. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of articles, all right, that we can get into to can give us some more information about this situation. Okay, but he has seemingly officially left his home. All right, they're not feeling the ad block. They're not feeling the ad block, man. God damn.
So, Exo Star said the mother took the money though, right? A lot of people are insinuating that she took money. Not only did she take money, some of the friends of Celeste Rivas took money as well. So, I mean, right now it's speculation. We have no idea. This is just a lot of stuff that's coming out of that Discord chat and a lot of stuff that's honestly coming off of Reddit pages, you know. So we just got to stay tuned and see.
So this is the Daily Mail article. A whole bunch of headphones being marketed to me right now. I've got Raycon on deck. All right. How do I get rid of that? That is annoying. Yeah, it is. Yeah. All right. So David mystery deepens as he suddenly breaks $20,000 lease on home raided in dead girl age 13 investigation. David and his manager have abruptly broken their $20K a month Hollywood lease just days after the police raided the property in connection with a dismembered body of a missing teenager found in his Tesla. Okay. The Tesla had been abandoned for 4 days near Doney Place and Bluebird Avenue, only blocks away from a 4-bedroom home rented by Burke's manager, Josh Marshall, when the 20-year-old singer had been staying. Now, look, there's been a lot of talk about how far away the car was found from the property, and I think there's some credence to one theory that actually maybe he'd told somebody to move the car, and they maybe drove it a couple of blocks before smelling and realizing, yo, something ain't right with this, and abandoning it, and perhaps that's why it ended up getting towed. Okay, but the fact that it was found only blocks from the home rented by Josh Marshall is definitely suspicious.
Yeah, you see how this is going? You know, first of all, it was found where it was found outside of his house. And then it was across the street. Now it's blocks away. What's really going on, fam? That's why we can't jump to conclusions. A lot of folks feel like this dude ain't guilty. I don't know if I'm gonna go that far as to say he ain't guilty, fam. Art imitates life. I wonder what frequency he uses. I instantly rejected it. That's not talent. He has no emotional balance. I think she was more mature than him, in my opinion. Could have been. And in most circumstances, Y'all know how it go. Y'all know how it go. And for that reason, a lot of girls go for older guys. But yeah, this one right here turned out horrific. Indigo Ray, what's going on with it?
Police stormed the property on September the 17th, seizing bags of evidence, including a laptop. Okay, and this is all the stuff that we already heard. This is him with all of his blood-stained white shirts, very creepy, right? Very twisted. Okay. So this is some actually interesting background information about the landlord. He said, "This has all just been a big shock. I'm still trying to process everything, and I'm anxiously waiting for the story to conclude itself. It's very disturbing." Trifonovich, an AI developer and crypto investor, hasn't had any direct contact with the LAPD and isn't sure what was found inside the home or what kinds of tests were carried out. Okay, and that's his manager, that's David's manager, Josh Marshall. Apparently, he was actually on the lease. And then this is the home. It's a beautiful home.
That's crazy. That's a crazy house. I guess you get that when you're a crypto investor and whatever the hell else they said that man was involved in. But yeah, as you can see, this thing is several stories. That's the pool, jacuzzi, where we showed David washing those tennis shoes at night. So yeah, $20,000 a month. This would have get you out there in LA. Damn. Let me just buy some in Texas. Yeah. But yeah, this is crazy. And they did have a tumultuous relationship. As we read in the text messages, it was a lot of back and forth. People asking her, was she gonna stay gone this time? And it was a lot of stuff. It was a lot of stuff. 2024, it looked like it took a turn for the worst. And yeah, this is when all of this allegedly jumped off.
The rental above was raised last week. Homeowner Molden Trifonovich told the Daily Mail he's since negotiated to break the lease amid the ongoing investigation. Beautiful home, man. Absolutely beautiful home, wedged right into this little corner spot. And 20 bands a month that he was paying there. So he was clearly getting to that money, man. 20 bands a month is absolutely crazy. It's unclear whether detectives plan to return to the $5.1 million home, which actress Halle Berry once owned. All right? That is actually messed up. Okay. In the meantime, the landlord Trifonovich hopes that the mounting questions about Rivas's disappearance and the circumstances of her death will soon be answered for her loved ones. Like everyone else, I want to know who's responsible for this and how a little girl's disappearance could slip through so many layers of responsibility. Are more people responsible for this other than the immediate ones? Who else is to blame? It's terrible. You never imagine for 1 second that a property you own could be dragged into something like this, but it's a very safe neighborhood with lots of security, and the police will have plenty of surveillance footage to work with. Okay, so he's saying there's a bunch of surveillance. The LAPD in the search said the search of Burke's rental yielded several items of evidence that will be analyzed in the coming days, right? Just beautiful, beautiful property, man. Trifonovich said he hasn't had any contact with LAPD and is unsure what was found during the search or what kind of tests were conducted inside. Okay, so they're following up on several leads. All right.
Y'all saw them cameras. There's cameras everywhere. Now, I don't know if Trifonovich, the guy that rents out the property, has access to those cameras, but there's clearly cameras everywhere, and I'm pretty sure that the neighbors have cameras as well. It's just weird. People say that he didn't do it, and it may be somebody else involved. You see the traits and the characteristics that he portrays in the music, and not only in the music, but in the merch he's selling and everything. It leads one to believe that who would be just as twisted as him to carry something out like this? But right now, we just left with more questions than answers, honestly.
They're looking into the property. There's a bunch of these images that we've seen recently in recent videos all over this place. All right. So it's actually crazy. So apparently David has retained counsel. He's got top Hollywood attorney Blair Burke, who hasn't returned any requests for comments, but he previously represented Prince Andrew, creepy Prince Andrew, all right, who was allegedly rolling with Jeffrey Epstein, and Kanye West. Maybe not as much of a creep, but definitely a moron with some very questionable views. Okay, police officers here raiding the Beverly Hills home that Burke's manager had been renting. No charges have been filed yet, but everybody is watching and waiting to try and get to the bottom of this thing, man. And I think there's more pictures of the property being searched in this article. Let's check those out here. All right, there's over 15 images of the home. LAPD said the search yielded several items of evidence. It's a beautiful home, man. 3-car garage. Absolutely lovely. Beautiful outdoor seating area there. More pictures of them together that we've seen already. But yeah, I'm kind of trying to see more pictures of this home. Beautiful home, man. He was really living it up, but apparently doing very nefarious things behind the scenes. So this is a Rolling Stone article. Okay, the owner of the home spoke to Rolling Stone, and David was linked to that house blocks away from where the body was found. Oh no.
So yeah, I'm glad you said that, Aaron. Said Hollywood getting properly exposed. Do you think that this is a culture thing as far as Hollywood is concerned, or do you think that this is isolated? Because honestly, when we think about Hollywood, we think about stuff like Diddy, Epstein. You know what I mean? This is just weird on a whole nother level. So y'all let me know. Do y'all think that this is a culture thing that's being exposed right now? As it relates to Hollywood in general, or do you think that this is an isolating incident with this young dude that got a fetish for young girls, young undeveloped girls? Don't let that go over your head. We talked about that earlier in previous podcasts. The girls that we've seen him with were all like fair complected, young and undeveloped. It's crazy, man. This dude's a weird puppy.
Oh, no paywall. So later on in this Rolling Stone article, it says neighborhood sources previously told Rolling Stone that the dented Tesla with Texas license plates had been parking in various places around the neighborhood as far back as May. TMZ was the first to report the home was rented by David managers. So Celeste's mother reportedly told TMZ that her daughter had been dating someone named David before her death. Okay, and people have followed the career and seen numerous pictures of them together. The Rivas family declined to speak with reporters assembled outside their home on September the 17th, but a friend who visited the house described her as a sweet and studious teenager, saying that she previously attended Lakeland Village School with her own child, and it's so sad that the friend told Rolling Stone she was very beautiful. Okay. Burke seemed unfazed leading up to the victim's identification. The fashion companies Crocs and Hollister pulled back on a campaign that featured the musician. Crocs is crazy because she was wearing those Hello Kitty Crocs that was in the one poster in a picture where she was backstage with him. But the brand said, we're aware of the developing story with respect to the current situation. We've removed the campaign content featuring David while the investigation continues. The brand said in a joint statement sent to Footwear News. Okay.
Damn, what happened? Why in the hell is Crocs supporting somebody or endorsing somebody to make this type of music? I mean, you gotta think about that. What the hell were y'all thinking about? Romantic homicide? Come on, man. Y'all know the type of music this dude make. Y'all know that it's all about broken relationships in the capital M word. So y'all putting y'all name behind people like that, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. You know? And lo and behold, damn, he actually did what he said in the music, allegedly.
So there's going to be other articles that we can touch on. All right. Let's see what else this one says. So here's an interesting tidbit from ABC7. It says the cause of death is still being determined, and the LAPD's robbery homicide division is leading the deaths investigation. But the case is not yet a homicide investigation because the authorities still don't know how she died. And the case really is currently relying on the medical examiner determining a cause of death, which apparently is proving difficult, and no arrests have been made. So there's some more information about the search of the home here on this News Nation article, okay? So this says that The Los Angeles Police Department Homicide Unit searched the Hollywood Hills home where David was staying Wednesday night after Celeste was identified as the victim in the Tesla. Police reportedly searched for blood evidence. TMZ's Charles Latibaudiere told Banfield that police swooped on the house in search of anything resembling blood evidence. They were even checking drains to see if there's blood evidence or blood tissue in the drains there. So they did a scouring of his house looking for any evidence. Police told TMZ that the home was about a block and a half where David's Tesla was parked before it was towed. We know.
See what I'm saying? A block and a half. And previously we was told it was right there at his house. I don't get it, man, but okay. And we might have to just go to Ashley Banfield. I'm glad he said that.
Oh, that Tesla is his. The thing that's still not clear is who was actually driving the Tesla when the body was placed in the car, who parked it, where it was eventually found and impounded. Those are the dots that still need to be connected here. Okay. Yeah, that is messed up, man. That is messed up. So this is an interesting tidbit. True crime journalist Lauren Conlin said that Banfield, News Nation's Banfield was told the victim was found dismembered in a plastic-type container. They stated that according to the medical examiner, the body was very decomposed, which to them indicated that it had been there for well over a month. Conlin also commented on David's silence, saying she finds it interesting he hasn't spoken publicly, given that he rose to fame on social media. So this
interesting that he hadn't spoke. What about the mother? What about the mother? They had a visual, they had a candlelight visual in her hometown, and the family didn't even show up. And that leads one to believe that, you know, maybe David is not the only one under investigation here. Just to be honest with you, it's something weird about this all the way around. You know, fear and prosecution from, you know, the immigrant police is one thing, man, but you got your daughter in a Tesla dismembered in a garbage bag. I feel like that's enough reason to come out and speak and try to bring more awareness to this situation. That's just me, though.
This is another article from The Sun. This says, haunting call. Celeste Rivas' family got a chilling warning before the body was found in David's Tesla after her relationship with him from age 13. A family source apparently spoke to the US Sun about the teen's disappearance. And this looks like that same footage that we saw earlier from outside that house. But this says the 15-year-old who was dead in the trunk of singer David's car allegedly struck up a worrying relationship with him years earlier, and the family begged police for help. Okay, so this basically goes on to say that's the home of Celeste Rivas' family. They declined to comment on the case, so I guess that's the same home that we're seeing in this.
So, according to this article, they went to the police while she was still amongst the living, and nobody did nothing. Now that it's actually happened, you know, they're not talking. I'm not understanding why they're not talking, but that's the case right now. Y'all run the likes up, man. Please hit that like button and support the channel if you're able to.
Video of somebody coming and going from there. So people are outside their house looking for comment, and they're not really trying to talk, which is understandable given the heartbreaking gravity of this story. So this is interesting. It says the case is being investigated as a homicide, but the cause of death is still listed as deferred according to authorities, which I looked it up. And apparently this is actually an indication that they've still not been able to find a cause of death. They're still having to wait for the toxicology. They're going to see if there was any substances inside the body when they passed away. But they're having trouble identifying the actual cause of death. And that's going to make it hard to bring homicide charges. Okay. Celeste was initially reported missing in April 2024, and the family makes...
That's true. The fact that she's been dismembered, it makes it even harder. And it's like, I think they're saying it's a head and a torso, you know. So this was a dismemberment. There's no blunt force trauma or anything like that. So it makes it harder. And I'm not sure that, and that's why I feel like nobody's been taken into custody as of yet. Hopefully they go through these computers and all the camera evidence from the neighborhood to see what went on around that time that she disappeared. This is crazy. Man, this is crazy, fool.
Social media posts asking for help to find the teenager, although they later went quiet. Okay. The source who is close to Celeste's mother, Mercedes Martinez, told the U.S. Sun that they're all devastated over the teen's death, and they claim they begged police for help. The insider, speaking in Spanish, said the family was aware of Celeste's relationship with Burke. The source says, I still don't know a lot, but I don't understand why the police didn't do more. For a period, Celeste came back home by herself and stayed with her mother, but the police weren't involved. Why didn't they ask her, where were you? Are you okay? I don't know when she came back, but then she disappeared again and went back to him. I know someone called her mother and said, stop looking for her. She's fine. They told the family to take down the social media posts about her being missing. It's not known who the alleged caller was.
What? What? Oh, man. I know someone called her mom and said, stop looking for her. She's fine. They told the family to take down the social media posts? What the hell?
They were connected to David in any way.
What's up, Keith?
Source said that they themselves took down a post for asking for help as they were scared that the situation was out of hand. So they're saying that they themselves took down a post asking for help. They were scared that this was like more serious than they could have imagined. They're actually taking down posts looking for this lost little girl, which is just really sad because ultimately that in a certain way may have enabled more of this stuff to happen. It's not their fault. But the fact is, if they're easing up on the search for this girl, that kind of makes it easier for this person to keep doing whatever they were doing, man. It's messed up. It says the insider was sickened to hear of the gruesome details reported about Celeste's death and said that they're desperate for justice. Okay, it says Celeste leaves behind her parents, Mercedes and Jesus, a brother Matthew, and a half-sister Jennifer. The U.S. Sun has made multiple attempts to reach her family. Rivas' brother told NBC LA that she knew that they were dating... that they knew she was dating the singer and claimed she ran off with him in 2024 after he regularly picked her up in the same Tesla her body was found in. The U.S. Sun source, who has known Celeste since she was a baby, sobbed as they described the teen as a very happy girl. They said, it hurts me a lot because I basically saw her grow up. She would often come and visit. She did well in school and studied a lot. She was very mature for her age, and she would help her mother as she was great with children. Sources claim to the Daily Mail that Rivas' relationship was an open secret and that she'd been skipping class at the Lakeland Middle School before she vanished in 2024.
Something in this milk ain't clean, bro. I'm just straight up. Something in this milk ain't clean, fam. You know, the fact that they knew what was going on. They knew the car that this guy had. And they're not admitting to it, but I believe they had some communication with this guy as well. Not only that, you had the teacher at the school. There's a video of the teacher at the school saying that one of his students ran away with a singer, and look what happened. Using it as a teachable moment. Horrible teachable moment, but nonetheless, it was captured on video, and it leads one to believe that everybody knew what was going on. Everybody knew what was going on. It went left. Now everybody's scared to talk. That's my opinion of the situation.
Man. So the Riverside County Sheriff's Office confirmed to the U.S. Sun that deputies were dispatched to the house in Lake Elsinore on April the 5th, 2024, regarding the report of a runaway. Upon arrival, deputies spoke with the reporting party, who advised that the female juvenile had left the location in an unknown direction. Deputies conducted a search of the area, but were unable to locate the female juvenile. The female was entered into the missing persons database as a runaway, and the report was forwarded to investigators for follow-up. The investigation remained ongoing. And then they found the body, which is just so sad. So this is an LA Times article that's got some more backstory and some more photos of the scene of the vigil. So this is titled, She Deserves Justice. Celeste Rivas Hernandez hometown mourns. Sweet child found dead in singer's car. And this is a photo of the mural. It says, community residents gathered Sunday evening for a vigil in Lake Elsinore to remember Celeste Rivas Hernandez, the 15-year-old whose remains were found in an impounded Tesla registered to the singer David in Hollywood. So this basically goes on to explain how some people reacted to the news. It says residents and acquaintances of the teenager are following the case with a mixture of heartbreak, shock, and anger. As more details emerged that she knew the multi-platinum singer whose real name is David Anthony Burke. She deserves justice, resident Ruby Alonso said. It's just so sad. Alonso's son is around the same age as Celeste. She met the girl's family when Celeste was in kindergarten and remained friends with her family. She was a studious, hard worker and intelligent.
Man, I don't know, gang. The more we look into this and the more that they investigate without at least bringing people in, I mean, this is a dismemberment. If they don't find on them computers, it may be a chance. And I would hate to say it, but that could be an instance where he may can get away with this if they can't prove it, even though they got the car and everything else. This is a crazy ordeal, y'all.
So it says here that Celeste's family couldn't be reached for comment on Friday. They didn't answer the door at their home in Lake Elsinore, and neighbors said they haven't seen them recently. Last February, missing persons posters blanketed the quiet residential street where Celeste lived with her family. It was one of the first time the neighbors recall seeing the girl's face on a poster, but it wouldn't be the last time she was reported missing. I recognized her because of her big curly hair, neighbor Kaylee Cortez said. I would see her walking with her backpack on the way to school. The teen was reported missing on Valentine's Day 2024 when she was just 13, and the Riverside County Sheriff's Department confirmed Celeste was reported missing last year, but didn't provide any additional information about the case and referred all questions to LAPD. Right? Just after 7 a.m. on March the 19th, 2024, a young girl walked down the street in a dark sweater and light pants, according to surveillance video from Del Lago Spirits, which is in Celeste's neighborhood. Celeste's family had asked the store owner, Ellie Nadaf, for the video. He sent it to them, and they were confident that the girl in the video was Celeste. He believes that she got into a vehicle down the street from the store, but he couldn't make out any clear details as she walked out of the frame and into the video. He says that the police have not even contacted him for the video, but the teen regularly stopped by the corner store on her way to a nearby bus stop. He said she was going to school with other kids and she would stop by all the time. She would get Takis, soda, and maybe some candy. She was always so quiet, shy, just a sweet child, said Nadaf, who is a father and has operated his business for 11 years in the neighborhood. I feel a connection to the community. It's just heartbreaking to see this happen. He said, I get goosebumps when I heard about what happened to her in the car. It was just so horrible.
Yeah. The more that this goes on, I really believe that I believe that the family was in agreement with this to a certain extent. I could be wrong, but I believe that the family was in agreement to this to a certain extent. That's the only reason why these folks ain't screaming bloody murder from the rooftops, man. Y'all let me know, though.
Apparently, Celeste had returned to Lake Elsinore in the last year, said Alonso, the family friend, but she could not specify or recall specific dates. She said on one occasion, Celeste came home by herself and another time with the police. So this is another article from KTLA5, and this is really focusing on how the coroner's report will be key to solving the case. Okay, so the LA Department medical examiner lists her as case 14252, but to the family and friends and community members, she was much more than just a number. A teenager with her whole life ahead of her went missing in 2024. Investigators are now working to fill the gaps and determine how she ended up in the trunk of a Tesla belonging to David, a rising star in the music business. So here's some details from the coroner's report, right? So the official date of death is listed as September the 8th, 2025, because that's the date that the death was pronounced, but her body was badly decomposed and she had likely been in the vehicle for a much longer time. The place of death is listed as a vehicle because that's where the body was found, but the case is being investigated as a homicide now. It says the cause of death has been deferred, and we asked the medical examiner just what that means. It says the cause and manner of death have been deferred, which means the deputy medical examiner completed an examination, but a cause of death has not been determined. The deputy medical examiner is requesting additional testing and or studies in order to make a determination. Regarding the types of tests, toxicology or otherwise, due to the ongoing death investigation, the County of LA Department of Medical Examiner cannot disclose what testing or studies were requested. Deferred cases can take a few months before a cause of death. So it could be months before this actually really is being investigated in that way. So basically, people are looking, in addition to the coroner's report, investigators are looking for any security camera that could shed light on what happened. Teslas have a robust camera system known as Sentry Mode, which can record 4 external angles of the vehicle and video inside the cabin. When asked whether the LAPD has consulted with Tesla or if onboard footage exists from this particular vehicle, the automaker did not respond to their requests for comment. Okay, and then
that's weird. Why is Tesla not responding, fam? We've sat here and watched the assailants, Isaiah Chance, the Murphy brothers, Alicia Andrew, the whole crew. We watched the whole crew gun down Julio Fulio in a hotel parking lot from the cameras of a Tesla. Why didn't you answer that question? That's weird. Why didn't you answer that question? I wonder why. And y'all know them Tesla cameras be like 4K. I don't know, man. Something ain't right. Salute them, Rose. Salute Chat Town. If nothing else, they should add enticing a child or kidnap something, anything. The Tesla gonna prove it. My ex has one. Man, listen. We've seen it. We've seen it. We've seen these folks. And they weren't even in the Tesla. They was just walking by the Tesla. Everything filmed. Clear as day in the middle of the night. So it's something to be said about that as well.
The importance of the autopsy report is key. It says, according to KTLA's legal analyst, Alison Tressel, the autopsy is a common and strong piece of evidence that can determine the entire investigation. Tressel explained that the autopsy for Celeste Rivas Hernandez will be the first thing to reveal the cause of death, whether it's strangulation, blunt force trauma, or poisoning, amongst other things. Once the medical examiner determines this information can help investigators direct their focus and look for possible suspects or potential murder weapons. As for the additional testing likely being conducted since the cause of death was deferred, the results are crucial to investigators. However, as a toxicology report can reveal to investigators whether there was any poisoning, overdose, or incapacitation, Tressel said if the victim was intoxicated on the night of the death, a toxicology report can show a timeline of when substances were last ingested. So the news of David essentially abruptly breaking his lease and fleeing the home has circulated on the David 2 subreddit, and people are reacting to it here. Okay, it says David and his manager abruptly broke their $20K per month lease just days after police searched the property, right? According to the Daily Mail, David and his manager abruptly ended their $20K a month lease after police searched the property. The homeowner signed the lease in 2024, and the landlord told the Daily Mail that following last week's raid, the manager asked to terminate the lease, and they've begun moving out both his and David's belongings. They're moving out this week. The moving truck will be here soon. They've decided to move out because of the ongoing circumstances. They didn't want to be there anymore. And so people were saying, I would assume the owner of the property wouldn't want them anymore first and foremost. People were saying no.
Well, I mean, somebody need to talk to the manager, Josh. Since you was there, you was occupying the house along with him. What the hell did you see? If you didn't see her in her last moments, what the hell did you see doing before he went on tour? You know, the activities, the behavior. You know this girl underage, fam. It's a lot of people heads gonna roll behind this. That's all I'm saying.
With the owner of the property spoke to the news about it. They hadn't been aware of anything up until the search, and immediately after, the manager asked to break the lease. I don't know who's trying to rent that property. To be honest, that property is potentially a crime scene. So good luck renting that one out afterwards. You might well have just kept getting that $20K a month. But anyway, people saying this is totally the behavior of someone innocent. But then this guy responded, likely not his call. He wasn't the leasee. My guess, this is just Interscope further cutting ties with him. I'd also guess they convinced him to do this because he could fight it and demand an actual legal eviction. All right. How the F can a dude with a few mil be paying $240K a year on a rental home? They're saying he didn't live in LA, and LA housing is extremely expensive. The apartment was shared with the manager and probably written off as a business expense. Probably too much money. He's not going to be making money off music anymore, and he has a trial coming up, so he's probably moving somewhere cheaper. People say he's worth $2 to $3 million, but that's really not much money considering he's never going to be able to get a job again. I'm not going to lie, he's probably caking off of these streams. The streaming numbers have gone through the roof. His Spotify, last time I checked it, he had over 30 million monthly listeners. Let's see if that's changed.
So yeah, as with anything, you know, somebody passes away, somebody gets in trouble. Music then went crazy. When Dirk got indicted, when Dirk got charged with the whole plot to M for hire, his music went through the roof. Same thing with this guy. A lot of people had never heard of him. So if he got a lawyer up, he just got a real big bump across all platforms.
That's gone up, right? It's actually crazy. Wow. So he's now got 38 million monthly listeners. Some of these songs have 1 billion views, All right. And there ain't no way he's not still getting his bag off the music. So maybe I'll do a calculation of
boy, them crazy numbers right there. 38 million monthly. That's crazy.
how much money he's actually been making, right? How much money he's made since this happened. People are saying this pussy is running into hiding. It says if you Google Street View the location, you will see David's black Tesla in front of the house, as well as a blue one parked a little ahead of it. Both extremely dusty, like the impound photos show. People saying, I definitely think the manager was involved in some way. The owner told them to leave, apparently. Although I think he's guilty and directly involved, it's not super unusual for them to move out since the property address is now public. The landlord is probably glad that they're leaving too. So, like, are they not going to arrest him or keep him under supervision at least? They're just going to let him run off to do God knows what. But this says, I'm pretty sure they still have him under surveillance. They probably also confiscated his passport, which is why the European tour was cancelled. It says he's not going to be arrested until all forensic evidence is analysed, toxicology reports come back, all of Celeste's families and friends are interviewed, computers or phones search data from companies is subpoenaed and analysed. It can take weeks or even months in this type of case.
That's wild. Indigo Ray said, I'm unclicking, they use lyrics in court. If they indict him, I'm pretty sure they're going for them lyrics. I'm pretty sure they're going for them lyrics. Yeah. NBA cancel show in Chicago. Yeah, definitely canceled that show. Folks lost their damn mind behind it too.
You people seriously have zero idea of how our justice system works. I'm baffled so many people think this just happens overnight. What about any possible evidence getting destroyed by this, though? Kind of worrying, even when they already raided the house. If they haven't been back to the house, they probably gathered any credible evidence already and released the seed. His label seems to be cutting ties with him as much as possible, just trying to save face for the company by cooperating with law enforcement in the investigation, but with no plans to move forward with him as an artist. So why would they pay to house him? Makes sense to get out his lease and send him on his way until he's most likely arrested and not seeing the outside world ever again. So this is apparently the report by the medical examiner, the coroner. So it's got the case number, place of death, vehicle. It's got who the investigator is, but it says here cause A is deferred. Now I don't know whether this is, cause A is deferred, maybe cause B, C, D. Other significant conditions, we don't know. It says you can purchase the documents, but I did actually try and do that, and it said that they wouldn't actually be delivered until the case was closed. So we're probably gonna have to wait and find out. But I looked this up. When it says, obviously we already touched on this, but when it says that the cause of death is deferred, essentially what this means is that the medical examiner has not at this stage been able to determine the exact cause of death. Could be pending results, could take months for the results to come through, or it could come soon. So I think it is very disturbing that they haven't been able to find it out. And a lot of people have been suggesting, as I covered in a previous video, that if they can't determine a cause of death, it's going to make it really hard for them to prosecute this as a murder and as a homicide, because it's like you can't really prove, you can't prove where it happened, how it happened. You can't really prove he did it. You could definitely prove that he's in a relationship with this minor based on some of his social media postings. But as far as the actual death, I really don't know if they're going to be able to prove it. But I did think it was an interesting detail that they're researching the drains for any blood, any human material in that.
Damn, they searching the drains. Okay. They're gonna come up with something. They're almost I'm almost positive they're gonna come up with something. But man, if they don't, he beat this? Oh my God.
Property. I think that you definitely can't chop up a body in look, I don't know. Look, this is twisted, all right? I wouldn't even try and think about how you could dispose of a body, but that's like, I guess if you're doing that, you probably got to go and do that in the bathtub or in the shower or something. And just based on like mafia movies that I've seen or like real cases that I've seen covered, like when you start cutting into a person, blood can really spray everywhere and you can't get rid of that stuff. You're lucky if you can bleach it down. But realistically, you've seen in those CSI shows that forensic light, they'll shine the blue light, they'll be able to see traces of blood. So if that did go down that property, they're going to definitely find some evidence. It's possible that it didn't go down there. There's that creepy video of him at a motel in between his hometown of Houston and LA where he was staying in New Mexico. It was a stop off at a rest stop. He was at a motel. I would think that the police are investigating that motel. The fact that he was in that creepy TikTok video waving at the motel and then a tow truck drives by, that was incredibly creepy. But I think if wherever this happened, if they can find out where this happened, they're definitely going to find blood evidence. That's key. And so, you know, if he was staying at that motel and they've got a record of him staying there and they've got blood spatter in there, maybe they'll be able to make something of it. But you know, the good thing is that essentially they're going to be able to do DNA analysis, even if the body was, you know, severely disfigured. If the blood matches, if they find her blood in any of his properties, on any clothes, anything to do with David, he loves to wear those fake white shirts with fake blood stains spattered on them. Maybe there's a real one. Maybe he's got a real shirt with blood on it. Maybe that's something he did to throw the authorities off, knowing that he's got a bunch of shirts with blood stains, real blood stains on it, and a bunch of fake shirts with fake blood stains on it that he's wearing on tour.
And just to be honest with you, man, a weirdo like this, yeah, he probably kept that shirt. I mean, this is the weird, this is the type of weird, like Puffy. Like, why would Puffy keep all of that film of him and all of those encounters? You know what I'm saying? It's a sick fetish. I think this man may have something similar in his background.
He likes to think that he's a smart master manipulator, so maybe that was an angle, maybe that was a play for the whole thing. But obviously, we're just waiting for more information to come out. It sounds like he has fled his home. Who knows where he's going? But we're just gonna have to wait and see and wait and find out. We're all still waiting for an arrest to take place. So I'll keep you guys updated in the next video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.
Man, crazy as hell. But I'm gonna tell y'all, what the hell is going on with his family? What's going on with this young lady family? Why is nobody talking? Why is nobody speaking up? I know they have to do their due diligence and do their investigation, but why is nobody talking? That's really bothering me, fam. End of time, sick crap going on, man. I swear to God, it's a herd of sick stuff going on, and it ain't just, yeah, it's super sick. It's super sick. You know, it's a lot of stuff going on in the country right now that I'm not gonna talk about because it is like, but yeah, this country is going crazy, and it starts at the very top. But this right here, Lord have mercy. Prayers for that little girl, man. And as we spoke on earlier, that was another person burnt up in a car around the same time that they found her in the Tesla. So, I mean, and ever since they announced that, we haven't heard anything else about it. But just remember that. Keep that in the back of your mental Rolodex. It's been some weird stuff going on, fam. And somebody got to pay for it. You know, I don't know if it's David. I don't know if it's somebody in his crew. But yeah, somebody got to pay for that, fam. This shit is way out of hand. I'm talking about next level type of creepy. And I didn't see the video where they spoke about the hotel, I guess midways between Texas and Los Angeles. It's just a lot of weird stuff, y'all. Yeah, prayers for her. I don't know about the family. The family coming across is iffy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like Tamara used to say, they don't pass the smell test, fam. And I know people say that, well, you know, to be honest with you, you know, they're probably still trying to, you know, let this soak in. I don't see that, fam. I don't see that. If one of my loved ones had got done this way, you ain't got to come looking for me. I'm at the police station first. Second place I'm going is to the news studio. Yeah, we finna do a whole expose on my daughter and what we can do to find her. We having candlelight visuals, the whole 9 yards. You mean to tell me some weird shit like this happen to your loved one, somebody that you birthed out your own body, and y'all not even popping out to speak on it? This shit is weird. This shit is weird to me. I'm sorry. Boy. Prayers to her family. Hope they get justice for her. Prayers to her family. Hope they not. And listen, I'm not saying that they were involved in the end result. I'm saying that they may have contributed indirectly to the end result by maybe letting her be a part of something that she had no business being a part of. Maybe for monetary compensation, who knows? But shit, that's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like around this little stretch right here, you know. But yeah, prayers for Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Oh man, indirectly and unintentionally, yeah, absolutely. That's the only way. That's the only way you keep your mouth closed when it comes to this is if you did something that you knew you shouldn't have done for a couple of dollars. Only way. I'm saying they are suspicious. No one spoke. I know that is very yeah, it's very awkward. That's hella awkward, fam. But man, let's go to this, man. Mother was accepting money from him, I bet. Hope they comb her account. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Bro paid for a lot of people's silence. A lot. From kids to, I want to say, family and friends. I really do. Because this wasn't nothing that was, you got to remember, this was they met in a fan-friendly Discord. This was people that knew him from the music or knew him from playing video games online, and they locked in. Everything said in the Discord is said in front of everybody. Everybody can see it. You know? It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. I'm sure she was throughout their relationship. I'm sure she was throughout their relationship. She probably was compensated, man. That's what I'm thinking. Shout out to them. Updates seem like they coming quite frequent, so I'm pretty sure tomorrow we'll have another update on it, and we'll cover it accordingly. You know what I'm saying? That's indeed. So now, this is a funny one right here. We can go ahead and put our laughing gas in the air. What's up with it, Ed? What's going on with you? Salute to you, home. We can go on, put that gas in the air, that laughing gas. You know what I'm talking about? Because, bro, right here, I'm going to let y'all be the judge on this one. Oh, but listen to how my man say he did this and did that to get out of his situation. Yeah, laughing gas. Put that laughing gas in the air. We finna catch a couple of laughs off of this one. No mention of child protection program. What happened to the truant officers in school? Nothing. That's what I'm saying. This rabbit hole gonna run deep. We already seeing it out there. It's gonna run deep. There's a lot of unanswered questions, and it's gonna have to be a bunch of leaves overturned to see what's going on with that young lady. But yeah, Hernandez Govan, ladies and gentlemen.
Which they were calling you a snitch. I mean, maybe it's based off of, and that's a great question, Adam. So I was in federal prison before, right? And it's a certain TV personality. The other day he showed something online where it was like, well, my name was attached to some paperwork of guy named Terrence Yarbrough.
Good old T-Rex. Terrence Yarbrough. Let's go. Yeah. Salute to your family. Yeah, I'm glad you're here as well. All right, quit. Let's get to it.
And that is true. And what happened with that is, see, what they do is they tell you half the story. They try to make it seem, favorable or sound good or whatever. They don't tell you the fact that he was a child molester. Well, I ain't gonna say child molester. He pimped out underage girls. And they not gonna say that I made a phone call for him.
Did you snitch or did you not snitch? That's what they asking, fam. We ain't gotta go through all this rigmarole with the old for you to say, did you snitch? All right, let's go.
They not gonna say that I made a phone call for him on my phone as a favor, like how we do in the blocks. Nigga can't get through to their people. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, make a 3-way call for me. I make the 3-way call for you. Just so happened, they already listening to my phone calls thinking that I'm gonna be calling Fish, my brother Big Baby, or or whatever the case may be. And when they hear me make this call for him and he get on my phone and call his sister and get to saying, erase the files out the computers, all the underage girls and all of this shit. And then a few weeks later,
Code Red, Mr. Clark, get the chains off the doors. Listen, man, it's crazy. So basically, he just locked up for some random shit, and his partner said, "Hey, bro, let me hit my gal on 3-way." Like, they ain't got no paperwork together. We gotta do some research on this. So basically, bro just used 3-way to call this girl, and when he called, he said, burn the computers, delete all the evidence. And it got Quet in trouble.
They reach out to my attorney, the sex crime police, and he tell me when I call home that he want me to call. And so when I call, he tell me that they reached out, and I'm like, reached out to you for what? I don't deal with no sex crimes. And he was like, calm down, it ain't about you. So when it was brought to my attention what it was about the phone call that I made. They played the whole phone call. And there was some things that was said on there that I don't think no male in this room would have said, especially about underage kids. And I said, that ain't me. And they said, well, we know it's not you. We just, wanted to hear what you had to say.
But from the perspective of the law, if it took place on your phone, it's a fine line, right?
Yeah.
They feel like you officiated this phone call. Who's to say that you weren't basically standing right there listening?
Yeah. Or who said it's not you changing your voice?
Oh, sure, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they had to clarify that.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was indicted for a gun, and I think I had some marijuana in my pocket. It's a 924G and a 922C. They was offering me 15 apiece, 30 years. And when they said that if I made a statement basically saying that wasn't me on that phone call, saying inappropriate things about underage kids, that would help me out tremendously. Now you go find me. Well, maybe there's another stupid ass nigga around here that he's so real that he's gonna say, yeah, that was me on that phone call talking about underage kids.
So they chopped your time down from 30 years to 5 years because you admitted that you wasn't talking on the phone about underage kids. Like, This ain't your charge partner or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't had no endeavors before y'all got in here. You just let the nigga use the 3-way and he got you jammed on some trafficking charges. Come on, man. Come on, man. Boy, I tell you. I
mean, go find me one. You might can find one, but it ain't me. So that's where the
whole snitching that you did or cooperating, quote unquote, that you did was basically just saying that wasn't my voice on the phone. Out here.
Exactly. You know, nothing further. I didn't testify at his trial or none of that. That alone, me clarifying that wasn't me on that phone call, turned my 30 years to 5.
Stop the cap.
So, you know, niggas been knew about it. It ain't no secret. I stand on it. Ain't no nigga gonna do nothing about it. And it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that feels like that's snitching accusation culture gone too far. If that's going to be the kind of thing that people are taking issues with.
Man, come on, man. Come on, man. Hey, you see how defensive he is about it? He like, shit. And I stand on it and ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me about it. You sound like Lil Woody for real. Stay in the bushes, little dude. You popped out the bushes last time. Stay in the bushes. I'm just saying.
You know, with that, I know one thing, like, I ain't him. I ain't that real. I ain't finna say, that's me. That was me on the phone. So you got me for sure. Whoever don't like it is what it is.
So, I mean, just in general, even before the verdict came out, you're dealing with the fact that you are now essentially a celebrity, especially in Memphis, but really kind of countrywide as well. After like your whole life, you were basically, doing your thing without having a ton of eyeballs on you. Once you get not guilty, then all of a sudden it's like there's opportunities for you. Had you been thinking about that before? Or were you just 100% focused on the case? And was it strange making the decision to start doing interviews and 20 versus 1s and things?
Well, I knew it was going to be, if I say that I wasn't aware that it was going to be some opportunities out there, I'd be lying.
Right.
One, I had already been communicating with Vlad during the case. 2, me and Brick Baby had already been chopping it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
From prison or before he got locked up?
Before he got locked up.
Got it.
Yeah, this one.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He was, this one he was running with Sharp.
Sharp.
Yeah, Sharp.
Got it.
Sharp. Yeah. Boy, I'm talking about this nigga with campaigning. We thought it was just Gangsta Williams and Sko and Old Nan and a couple of Stan G. And man, all out on the West Coast talking to Brick Baby. Damn, you ain't holler at 607?
Yeah, him and Shaw was in Vegas and shit a lot. So me and Brick, we was chopping it up, and he was like, "Man, we got to get you down on no jumper and woo and all of that, So, I was aware that there was some opportunities out there for me, and what person gonna turn that down? Considering everything that I went through.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little bit of a reward tour. A little bit of a victory lap to be able to have all these people interested in you, even though it's funny because 20 versus 1 is basically like a dating show.
Hey, Ed, man, listen. A little weed in his pocket, he probably had a couple of bowls because misdemeanor marijuana is like 50 to 100 bowls to him, allegedly. Yeah, man, this nigga here different, man. Ain't nobody finna believe nothing he got to say, bro. I mean, it just picked the lies out at this point.
And the idea of taking someone who's, just beat a high profile murder. I mean, honestly, the Woody thing got me accustomed to whatever. Because it's like, so this fool went on, took the stand and just talked super crazy, spun the whole trial. I mean, after I saw that, I'm like, all right, anything goes now.
But it's like, as it relates to Woody, though, you know, as far as him telling, you still got to give Woody his props, though.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
nobody ever told us goose in him.
Yeah, man, you crazy.
I mean, as the full picture, you know?
I mean, I look at it like this, you know, Woody had his reasons for doing whatever he did in the beginning. But Woody's so much of a good dude and got a good heart, like, he couldn't see himself being the reason that Thug went to jail for the rest of his life. That's just the kind of person Woody is. When Woody was on this stand saying, I don't recall, Woody ain't retarded at all. You know what I'm saying? I have long, in-depth conversations with Woody. You know what I'm saying? Woody, we pray together. You know what I'm saying? All of that. Good dude. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I just feel like he, you know, he get a bad rap, so to speak, you know, with a lot of people or whatever, because at the end of the day, whatever happened in the beginning of the case happened. But they don't speak on the fact that he the reason that them was free.
So yeah, man, Carlos, yeah, we ain't sofa setting buddies. You know what I'm saying? I'll drink his type of drink. He don't watch my type of TV show. But we were cool at one point in time. So yeah, I know. He rightfully brought T-Rex to the he brought T-Rex to the internet. Yeah, I give him that. He damn sure did.
They don't speak on it. You know what I'm saying? They always gonna talk negative about him and what happened in the beginning, but speak on the fact that he did what a lot of us wouldn't have did. He came back, stood on business, played like he was part of us a mother, and freed everybody.
Hey, huge shout out to Everything 420. Thank you for always keep.
Yeah, I think I ain't never heard nobody speak so glowingly on Woody. Quit, you cornbread told, so I'm not sure why you speaking on Woody. Yeah, I mean, shit, Cornbread told the truth though. That's the whole thing. Cornbread told the truth. You know what I'm saying? Crazy work. Probably still celebrating his birthday. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that damn Cornbread told the truth. Unlike bro over here, bro got far-fetched stories for everything that he talking about. Like, for real. Man, this nigga tried to spin the whole narrative. Let's go back to this. He tried to spin the whole narrative on snitching. So you and Terrence Yarbrough went indicted together? Y'all just met up in jail and you asked the nigga asked you to make a 3-way phone call? That's the narrative he painting. I don't believe that to be true. And I remember, I mean, I've heard this story. I've heard about the charges and everything. Quest said he never took the stand. People got paperwork to beg to differ that as well.
On that phone call, saying in the phone call that I made,
hold on, y'all,
I'm gonna be calling and get through to their people. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, make a 3-way call for me. I make a 3-way call for you. Just so happened, they already listened to my phone calls, thinking that I'm gonna be calling Fish. My
shout out to Fish. Yeah, he's saying that his phone was tapped because they thinking he calling home to the mob because that's who he was tapped in with. Not the young one. You know what I'm saying? Y'all look into that what you will. Hit that like button though.
My brother, Big Baby, or or whatever the case may be. And when they hear me make this call for him and he get on my phone and call his sister and get to saying, erase the files out the computers, all the underage girls and all of this shit. And then a few weeks later, they reach out to my attorney, the sex crime police, and he tell me when I call home that he want me to call. And so when I call, he tell me that they reached out. I'm like, reached out to you for what?
He conveniently leave out the fact that he said that he told on this man because this man was looking at his kinfolks in an improper manner. So and that's in the paperwork too.
I don't deal with no sex crimes. Look. And he was like, calm down, it ain't about you. So when it was brought to my attention what it was about the phone call that I made. They played the whole phone call. And there was some things that was said on there that I don't think no male in this room would have said, especially about underage kids. And I said, that ain't me. And they said, well, we know it's not you. We just, wanted to hear what you had to say.
But from the perspective of the law, if it took place on your phone, it's a fine line, right?
Yeah.
They feel like you officiated this phone call. Who's to say that you weren't basically standing right there listening?
Yeah. Or who said it's not you changing your voice?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they had to clarify that.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was indicted for a gun, and I think I had some marijuana in my pocket. It's a 924G and a 922C. They was offering me 15 apiece.
Come over here, sir. You got some marijuana in your pocket. You know this is 15 years, right? Damn, they give you 15 years for enough marijuana to fit inside of your pocket? Boy, that's a cold game, boy. I ain't never going to Memphis with that sticky. God damn! Well, that's crazy.
30 years. And when they said that if I made a statement basically saying that wasn't me on that phone call, saying inappropriate things about underage kids, that would help me out tremendously. Now you go find me, well, maybe it is another stupid ass nigga around here that he's so real that he gonna say, yeah, that was me on that phone call talking about underage kids. Go find me one. You might can find one, but it ain't me.
Yeah, you gonna take that deal. You gonna talk to them people.
So that's where
the whole snitching that you did or cooperating, quote unquote, that you did was basically just saying that wasn't my voice on the phone. Out here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, nothing further. I didn't testify at his trial or none of that. That alone, me clarifying that wasn't me on that phone call, turned my 30 years to 5.
Mm-hmm.
So, niggas been knew about it. It ain't no secret. I stand on it. I ain't no nigga gonna do nothing about it. And it is what it is.
Yeah, it feels like that's snitching accusation culture gone too far, if that's going to be the kind of thing that people are taking issues with.
Lying ass nigga. Adam, you's a lying ass nigga. You sit up there and say, yeah, I think they may be reaching right there. They're taking the snitch culture just a tad bit too far there. And then you turn right back around in the same breath and talk about Woody. Come on, man. Y'all boy crazy as hell, man. I can't deal with y'all. Salute the Orange Mound Quit for keeping us with the good laughs. He been bringing some good laughs recently. You know what I'm saying? In the video before this, and we didn't cover it, he said that he could have ratted on Straight Drop and got a cut in time, but say he didn't. He ran it all the way out. Well, I tell you, he's definitely unbelievable. He's definitely unbelievable, man. And bro, wow, man. And then just telling them niggas just to get their time cut. Absolutely, man. Hey. But yeah, hold on. He definitely said that. Let's see here. He definitely said that. And we'll go through that. We'll go through that one too, because that was a short one. That was a super short one. Let's see here.
And you know, and when they came from Cornelius,
so here we go.
And
we'll go through it. Since we went here to go through it yesterday. Quit played the 60-day jail informant. Man. That's crazy. Everybody on the street. What Cornelius say? Everybody on the street say he with the feds, but you know he ain't crossed me. Yeah, I know you wouldn't. You was not gonna discard your relationship with Quit for obvious reasons. And nigga needed a bean.
And you know, and when they came from Cornelius, you gotta judge it off a lot of the other lies that he told. Like example in my trial, when the lady that's like his grandmother testified and took the stand. If you notice, when she took the stand, she said a lot of great things about Cornelius, about him helping her at the store with groceries and all of this, a lot of good things. But when she was asked about when he said that she received $800 and a note from someone related to Justin or associated with Justin after the murder, and he testified to this on the stand, and it's in discovery. This lady who has no dog in this fight, no interest at all, said that didn't happen. I don't know this lady. Never met her one day in my life. And so when she was asked about this, and for her to say that she's fed Cornelius, gave him shelter before, during the course of knowing him over 40, 30 some years, if he said that she received $800 in a note, he a damn lie. So here,
first of all, he didn't say no damn $800. He said $500 was dropped off in the mailbox. Not one time did he say there's some unscrupulous YNs come up to her and hand her an envelope with $500 or $800. And you know this. You just playing off the whole narrative, but it's cool.
It is. We about to possibly send someone to jail for the rest of their natural life based off of the words of him, and he would lie on this old lady like his grandmother and involve her in this dangerous case, all because of his part of his lie for him to try to come home. Not
how was that a part of his lie to come home, fam? A lot of the shit that Cornelius said didn't benefit him at all, fam. It incriminated him if it did anything. This nigga hit is unusual.
Knowing that these people, or I was gonna hire private investigators like Quantrell Fletcher, that was my private investigator. Like, and for them to go and dig and find out if these crazy things he's saying are true or not. So he didn't think that far. And so, you know, that should kind of put it more in perspective of what kind of person we dealing with. If you allow an old lady like that, that's like your grandmother, and involve her in something like this for no reason at all. That's just crazy to me.
How did you feel? Did you know Straight Draw Brother in advance? Or
Jamarcus?
Yeah.
Nah. I never met him, never seen him.
Could have fooled me. The way y'all niggas holding doors for each other, coming in together. Look like y'all niggas rode the court together. Y'all niggas hell.
No, matter of fact, before the case, I never knew
that he had a brother.
I never knew. I know he got a brother by his mom, you know. But I think that brother there that testified against him, I think they got the same dad. So I never knew of him, never heard of him, you know, a day before in my life.
Yeah. So it wouldn't have been surprised for him to testify against him.
No, it wouldn't, you know, from the kind of person that I heard he is or whatever, it's not surprising. I you know, from what I heard he's, you know, was a good kid, you know, good person, working type of young dude.
How you heard that? How you heard that though? Damn, this nigga hear so much. Man, Cyrus, I hope you had a good birthday, man. This nigga here, boy.
Or whatever the case may be. So when you involve them kind of people like that in the street shit, that's what happened. You know, they do what regular citizens do.
So how'd you actually feel when you heard the not guilty being read out?
I mean, it was just a relief, Adam. I mean, you know, leading up to that, prior to that, to kind of go back to Remo question, it's a feeling that I wouldn't wish on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I done been through, man, Adam, I done been shot 7 times. I done been in all type of shootouts. Growing up in the Orange Mound community, you name it, I done seen it. I've been through it all. And that feeling right there, it's one thing to be waiting on a verdict and you could possibly get sentenced to 8 years, 10 years. But when you wait on a verdict and the rest of your natural life on the line, it's a whole different beast. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have some. And that's just like, shout out to Wack. You know what I'm saying? Like, Wack, I heard of some online, and Wack was actually taking up for me, surprisingly. You know, Wack was like, you know, y'all sitting up saying, you know, he a rat or an informant. But he just dropped his nuts and went all the way to trial. The whole way. Like, you can't line, you can line 10 more niggas up, and probably 8 of them took their tail and signed for whatever on the table. I went all the way. If I wanted the easy route, I could have testified against straight trial and went home. Like, that was an option for me. I could have did that and got probation. I healed my nuts and went to trial.
Hey, huge shout out to everyone.
My boy held his nuts and went to trial. What that? Hold on, y'all. Where that comment at? I seen a comment. Where's that comment? I know I seen a comment. Where's that comment? Hey, so yeah, shout out to Quet. Gotta love the lies. Gotta love the lies, fam. Yeah. Shout out to Quet, man. We be waiting for tomorrow, and we'll be back reviewing that one. Yeah, cause we obsessed. We are obsessed, buddy. Oh boy, that's crazy. I knew what that was, man. I knew what that was. When we come in here with the eyeballs and shit, then you come in here with the eyeballs, then he come in here with a bunch of other emojis, ain't saying shit. I knew it. He just warming up. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Man, what I tell you, he nigga crazy, boy. Anyway, now I wanted to touch on this. Hit that like button, by the way, y'all. Hold on. Man, Judge Joe Brown. Judge Joe Brown, bro. Wow. He don't like Paul Young. And we ain't going through all that, but we're going to go through a little bit of it. My boy went crazy on Memphis city government. I was talking about he went straight crazy. I don't know who this dude is that's interviewing him, but yeah, he went dumb on Paul Young and the powers that be in the city. And this is in relation to the feds coming into city of Memphis, man. So let's check it out. Yeah, let's check it out. Old Judge Joe Brown.
Overton Square in Memphis with Judge Joe Brown. So Judge, he just had some admirers. They wanted to just take a picture with him and he gave them some law advice. They were in law school, actually, so he gave them some great advice. Judge, what do you make of the announcement by President Trump today that he wants to send in the National Guard with the approval of the Democrat mayor and the Republican governor? What do you think of this?
They need to send it in. The Republican governor is not doing too well in his popularity these days. The Democrat mayor is trying to maintain a grip on a little deal that he put together when he was running downtown development with some other people. See, you know, Trump and he's properly against DEI and all of that.
I got an echo squad. Y'all let me know something. Y'all heard the echo? Let's see here. Is my voice producing an echo or is it the video? Let me know. Or is it both? Voice, video, or both? Video. Okay. All right, let's see what I can do with this. Hold on a second. See what we can do here. That's weird. Let me let's see here. Let's see. Let me know if y'all still hear the echo.
The stuff. But there is a decrepit downtown hotel that represents a major international hotel chain that when the current mayor, Paul Young, was over downtown development, they got a contract for that's close to $220 million that the city is paying to develop the reconstruction and renovation of that hotel property. Now, it says on their website that they have an 18.7 minority set aside. And when Young got the previous mayor Strickland to put the $220 some million in that, there's some federal funds involved, and that's not, shall we say, kosher with the current administration.
So are you saying there's been political pressure put on the Democrat mayor to get him to agree to let the National Guard come to town?
He doesn't want too much attention because this is probably one of the most corrupt cities in the United States when it comes to official corruption. That's one of the reasons the crime problem's so bad.
Man, this man is talking crazy. Let me know what y'all think about it.
Expect the streets to be safe when the biggest crooks may be down in City Hall. Now, there's another thing, too. The company says 18.7% minority set aside, but the mayor is saying it's only 15%, so there's 3.7. Yes, 3.7%. That's $220 million. You might also consider right downtown, just in back of the Peabody, there is a 25-acre cleared parcel, it's grass, and the grass is cut right across from the Redbird Stadium. That property was sold to a developer for a ridiculously low amount, and there's $200+ million the city is committed to financing the development for that place too. So you might want to check and see who gets it.
Now, so you're saying the Trump administration are someone on the ground.
Man, that man accusing them of embezzlement and some more shit.
And maybe inform the Trump administration about some of this, and some of this could be being used to say, hey, I think you, mayor, and folks in the city government there might want to let me come on in, and you guys should be excited about it and telling everybody you want it.
Because crime's out of control. Our mayor goes to a place like Folks Folly, but he's got 6 to 8 cops in uniform that are his bodyguards. Myself, former congressman, former mayors of this city, we walk amongst the people and everybody greets us, but the current mayor is afraid of the people he represents. He can't talk to them. Now, see, we've been trying to push something around here, which is using the Tennessee constitutional carry provisions to allow the citizenry to set up a citizen militia where they get cooperated with by the sheriff's department, the police and the sheriff's department open up these firing ranges again that got closed down some years ago. Train the citizens, teach them the law, organize them, have communication protocols used.
I understand what they're saying. That I understand what they're saying as far as they stealing, but he is accusing Paul Young of stealing. You see what I'm saying? That's the crazy part. He's accusing Paul Young of this. That's embezzlement. What he referred to? Is she crazy?
Some communication equipment so the citizens don't feel helpless and they get an opportunity to get out and be involved in making their community safe.
Are we one of the few states that allows for that?
One of the growing number of states that allows constitutional carry.
But I mean, the setting up of the militia.
We haven't done that yet, but we could under Tennessee law. Now, some of the things that are going wrong here, like Elon Musk is setting up this XAI, and it is a very important thing because Memphis is centrally located in terms of national distribution. It is the distribution capital of the U.S.
With FedEx here.
UPS is here. The bulk mail center is here. And everything flows through Memphis. And this little rinky-dink airport we have has the largest commercial tonnage in the whole world, and Hong Kong is about second behind it. There's an opportunity to use what is here to open up a world center and make Memphis what in effect would be the Silicon Valley for the 21st century. But these petty clowns we have here, I call them our local yokels, don't understand that. And it's too much what am I getting here? Like there are some of the pop politicians that if you go to
local yokels, and he right. I mean, Memphis is the hub. It's the hub for the whole U.S. But he's saying that the folks in power cannot see the bigger picture. Is my voice echoing? Let's do this. All right. Is my voice echoing? So, okay, my voice is not echoing. Okay. So, basically what he's saying is, and y'all drop a 1 when I play it again if it starts back echoing. When I play it, I go on mute, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. But yeah, let me just go ahead and play the video.
Check them out. You will find that they are getting contributed to by some of the people that they nominally attacked. It's called followthemoney.org. Followthemoney.org.
I'm aware of that.
All right. And it will tell you who's getting what and what for. Now, Musk is trying to donate an $87 million water purification plant to the city of Memphis. He jumped ahead of everything by making his application for a permit a year before he had to. He got issued that. There are some people that are lying through their little bribe-seeking teeth about Musk operation is, shall we say, causing pollution, but there's never been a study. And
I got it now. I know what it is now. Y'all good. Hey, I appreciate y'all letting me know. For real. I know Memphis is a hub city because my city is a hub city between Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Canada. Okay. But yeah, Memphis is definitely a hub city, man. Birmingham was one of those cities as well. Birmingham was more so of a hub city than Atlanta. Now we could talk about that in a whole nother episode, but yeah. You know, you have certain people that love it the way it is. And, you know, when they were in power, they refused a lot of things that could have changed the trajectory of my city. And those things went directly to Atlanta. Yep, true story.
set up some generators or turbines or something.
Gas turbines, but there's no finding because there is no EPA report. That's the tale. And as a matter of fact, our current mayor had been talking about they were going to have an EPA evaluation done in 2 weeks, which got extended to another 2 weeks, and it hasn't been done. So our Justin is here pontificating about the evils of it, but Boxtown is a hellhole. It's filthy. The streets are filled with potholes. There's extremely low employment there. The per capita income is ridiculous. The crime rate is ridiculous. And on that island, there's even a refinery that's been there for decades that is contributing to the pollution. So Musk's operation is not doing that, but somebody's trying to
imply that he is.
Yes. So that is holding the whole area back, and we don't need that. This could be big. This place has been renovated. It used to be Overton Square, and there were different businesses around here when I first got here 50 years ago. There was a TGI Fridays over there, an Italian restaurant next door. This used to be a steakhouse and an amusement center down here at the end of this block. There was a hotel everybody used to go to buffets to across the street, but it's gone downhill. But now what is happening here in Memphis is something very insidious. Some of the locals were talking about making this a sanctuary city. Why? Because Blue Oval,
the Ford plant over...
Not Ford. Blue Oval is a South Korean corporation, just like Hyundai. And you remember the mess down here with the Hyundai plant where ICE came in and got... Well, what's going on is Blue Oval is supposed to be hiring close to 30,000 employees. 15,000 of them, according to the company, have already been hired, but they're South Korean nationals.
Oh, wow.
So they're trying to bring them over here. And a lot of what's happening with the decay of the infrastructure is because there is a shunt line.
Man, that's crazy. So they were finna open up a factory and bring them folk over here. One gonna hire y'all, gonna bring them folk over here to fill all them jobs. This shit is crazy, man. Hey, Judge Joe Brown, man, be safe, man. Keep your head on the swivel. Yeah.
From Memphis going out to Mason, which has 5,200 people, that goes back almost 40 years. And in 1997, Memphis passed a referendum that said Memphis Light, Gas, and Water cannot enter into a new contract out of this area, and that's a pre-existing one. So Blue Oval wants to wipe out Mason and bring in 30,000 new employees, most of whom will be foreign.
Oh, wow.
So that means bringing in 3.5 people per family. You're talking about 100-some thousand people. And when you get in Malco, Mickey D's, and everything else that they need to do what they need to do, you're talking about 220,000 people in a city that Memphis is going to have to finance the shunt line for the sewage and the water out there to operate a 30,000 man factory, plus another 200-some thousand in the city, which will probably be about the 4th largest urban area in Tennessee. So there are some people that are just salivating in anticipation of the contracts they're going to get. And a lot of that is what's going on down here. We have a thing right down this street here. If you go down far enough, it's what used to be Nathan Bedford Forest Park.
Yes.
Tammy Sawyer and Van Turner, who were on the county commission, they introduced an act so that Van Turner's corporation could buy that park for $1,000, no bid. The city of Memphis has been upkeeping that park, and then the hospital complex.
$1,000 no bid. That's a sweetheart deal. That's illegal as hell too. Lord have mercy. These folk, boy. Hey man, these folks is not playing, fool. This is corrupt as it get. If what he's saying is true, that's corrupt as it gets. You gonna sell a whole park for a G? No competition, no bid? That's crazy. Hold on, let's go back to that, man. That's Nathan Bedford Forest Park. You know what I'm saying? We know about Nathan Bedford Forest around these parts. He was instrumental in the city of Selma, Alabama, back during or after the Civil War.
Mission, they introduced an act so that Van Turner's corporation could buy that park for $1,000, no bid. The city of Memphis has been upkeeping that park, and then the hospital complex down there wants to rent that out for quite a bit. You might want to inquire whose brother got the contract to take down Nathan Bedford, who got paid how much to store it, where the statue from that location is now, and also down here at the Metal Museum on the bluff, who came up, same two individuals, with selling that property to somebody who was actively on the county commission that sponsored the legislation. His corporation got to buy that park for $1,000. And they also have something, and I'll call it green space. And green space is chartered to operate city and county parks. They're trying to get an agreement with the city and the county to operate all of the parks in the area. And that would include right down the way here, where you are going to get the Liberty Bowl changed into a soccer arena for previous mayor set it up for $700 million, and build the new football arena for allegedly $3.5 billion, trying to get the Tennessee Titans in here. And if you go down where I just left on it.
Well, I don't know about that because hell, Tennessee Titans just got a new stadium. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that. Tennessee Titans just got them a new stadium, so they might be a day late and $1 short on that one. And two, I appreciate you, fam. He said, my guy, rock it out. Mars chat, what up, though? He's talking about everything that Detroit went through 15, 20 years ago, verbatim. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
Elvis Presley, where the Presley mansion is, it looks like a minefield with the potholes. And you see, this is what's going on in this city. One of the reasons it is so crime-ridden is because too many of the resources that should be devoted to this city are being under the table corrupted and misapplied and misappropriated.
What about unfunded? How about jobs for police officers that are?
There are quite a few, several hundred actually, funded positions that are not filled. And one of the problems with the police department and the sheriff's department, it is out of the control of the chief administrators for both entities, is that some of the street gangs have infiltrated those departments. Ooh. That's why you have such a high homicide rate down here for pretrial detention, which is 10, 12 times the total that came out of there in the last 40 years.
And that's because of why?
Because you have street gangs infiltrated. People turn a blind eye because Brother Jamal has a girlfriend who's related to this guy, and this person's a deputy jailer, or you go and you find the police, and there's some fine young men, but a lot of them will tell you, I'm not going down there, that's not my posse. I'm not going to die for that kind of crap.
Let's go. That's not my posse. What's up with it, man?
What's going on, bro? Can you hear me?
Barely. Let's see here. See what I can do.
Can you hear me?
I'm gonna try to fix it, man. All right, let's go. You got a site. You still that site? Yeah. So yeah, but he left. Yeah, but Nashville can afford it. They only have one government. We got two. Again, a hot mess. I can believe it. I've been down that road, headed to Nike outlet. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Let that man come back up. He ain't lying. I know some that'll say it too.
So
are you saying basically the criminals, whether they're in an elected position or the criminals on the street, are running?
Yeah.
So he's saying that you got criminals in 201. You know what I'm saying? They got positions of power and even in the police force. We know that. Go ahead, Sipe.
Can you hear me now? Is it better?
Yeah.
Man, they been crooked hell. I think before Harrington left here, he sold the ground that the Greyhound was on downtown and some more shit. And that's the reason why a lot of that shit that was down there ain't down there, because they sold it all and took the kickbacks off of it.
Mm-hmm.
They been doing that.
I can believe that. He's explaining exactly what's going on in Memphis right now. That's how CMF been moving. Same for Q. I can believe that.
Shout out to Neo, man.
The town downtown. They need to audit this whole place. Now, I started this when I was on the criminal bench 30 years ago. Grand juries under Tennessee law have the authority to audit all activity conducted by all state, county, or city entities within their district. This is the 30th Judicial District, and it's contiguous with Shelby County. It was shocking what we discovered. For example, the county put in all of the phone system that was used at the penal farm, the juvenile detention facilities, and so on, but they turned it over to somebody to give them 4% of the net. And when I had the grand jury look into it, this was circa 94, 95, the net profit was $94 million. And we were only getting 4%. This guy didn't even have an office. He had a secretary who collected the checks from, I think it was now AT&T, but it was Bell South then. So,
damn, so he didn't even have an office. He just had somebody that collected checks. And these folk, boy.
Yeah, they crooked downtown in Shelby County, man.
Man, shit like this went on in Birmingham, and they damn near put Larry Langford in prison till he died. That folk weren't playing behind that.
No, and see, a lot of people don't blame who they need to blame for a lot of this shit. And Jim Rout, AC Warden, and all them, the reason why people got to pay all these high taxes. And then these fools still went voted AC Warden in as mayor, and he corrupted all and everybody just taking kickbacks and just never stopped. They never put an end to it.
Chat, can y'all hear Cypress? Y'all let me know if y'all can hear Cypress. I'm trying, but it's difficult.
Hold
Let
on.
me make sure. Let me make sure I turn this mic up. Yeah, it's up.
Okay, bad. But yeah, they never. Everybody took the kickbacks and they just kept it in their circle, man. And this is
Right.
the problem that you.
For sure.
But yeah,
Just for people to make phone calls that are in the jails to pay for them.
So yeah, they collect calls. So the phone company collected and sent a check, which should have gone to the people. Now it's
Man, listen. Hold on, let me clear my throat. Man, they put Larry Langford in jail for a couple of outfits and some dinners. All these sweetheart deals they talking about, he probably did one or two of those as well, but nothing on this scale. Larry Langford was a part of the Jefferson County Commission. He left the commission, ran for Birmingham, got elected. Mayor of Birmingham turned the city up, and folks took him straight to jail, man. Kept him in jail from, I want to say, 2012 all the way up until 2020, 2 weeks before he died. Cold game.
operated out of Texas, but the next year it went up to $112 million was the net profit, and this guy got 4%. that he sent to the city. See, that kind of thing is going on. You drive down Riverside Drive and you see Beale Street Landing, that grass-covered hill.
Right.
Well, somebody put up $35 million of the city money to finance the development of that, and the guy was supposed to operate a gift shop, bar, and a grill.
Right.
So he bailed, and nobody went after him. So the city's got a white elephant they can't do anything with because
That's right there on the river there.
right there on the river, and the city can't operate a bar. So we've got that.
So what you're saying is every time we turn around, there's just misappropriation of funds.
Exactly. And somebody.
So instead of the money going to fight crime, it's going for projects that ends up being, greasing somebody's hand, and that money's gone. It's wasted. And they tell us they need to raise taxes to fight crime. But what they need really to do is stop the political corruption and the greasing of palms and spend the money on fighting crime.
And then the vote situation is horrible here. It's corrupt. Back in 2008, the U.S. Department of Justice put up the money to replace all of the voting machines. They were deballed voting machines because they had been found to be corrupt since 2000. And the Department of Justice issued quarterly reports from that point on every quarter. And it says, once again, Memphis is not capable of conducting a fair and a legitimate election. So this county did not put the money out there and spend it until 3 years ago, and then they kept the machines in the warehouse for a year and a half. So when I voted the last time, I personally witnessed 2 people vote twice.
Oh, wow.
You're supposed to be separated, but they had people sitting right next to each other if they decided to exercise the option of filling in their ballots rather than having a computer do it for them.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody has any way of authenticating those ballots, and people just drop them in. So if you want to cheat, you come in and you just have some pre-printed ballots when the polls close, and you run them through the machine, and there's no way to tell which are legit and what's not.
So they stuffing the ballot boxes too? Jesus. Well, this crazy right here, man. This crazy as hell, man. And ain't nobody checking nobody on it. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. The corruption go way too high. And this ain't just, a few people involved with, a few schemes. This is culture. This is culture. This is embedded in the system. I hate to say it, but when they can do stuff like that with no type of repercussion and people comfortable enough to do that, that's culture, fam. Yeah, that's embedded in the fiber and the fabric of the city. That shit is crazy.
And
so you agree with President Trump? We need to go to paper one day, voting paper only.
Well, yeah, we have to do something. But even that's not immune from cheating because remember, they used to stuff ballot boxes. And Errol Ford Sr. got elected the first time as congressman. He was Democrat, but that was in 1974.
Is it his nephew that's the one that's on Fox News?
I don't know.
That young Ford, yeah.
That stuff anymore anyway. But what happened is in 1974, it was all paper. They were showing that he was losing to the incumbent who was named Kirkendall. So Ford went down there, almost got himself arrested when he literally kicked down a barricade and found all of these boxes of paper ballots that were hidden. So that's not unknown. And then I was with an individual this last November 2024, and I was representing a lady who's running for Congress as a Republican, fine lady, and we're down there, and they've got a problem at the Maine Election Commission. You know what it is?
What?
They have more votes that are cast at certain precincts than people signed in to vote, so they were trying to figure out.
So more votes than voters?
Yeah.
Damn. For real? Oh boy, they just going crazy. They just going crazy.
So watching them scurry around.
Let's go back to fighting the crime. We have been looking and reading reports that the Sinaloa cartel is here in Memphis and many other cities. and they're getting their precursor chemicals from China. Judge Janine just did a big bust and showed all these precursor chemicals that came from China through Mexico that she seized. Is that one reason you think he's bringing the National Guard in here, is to deal with the international drug cartels as well?
Sinaloa cartel, fool. Man. I want to say that Sinaloa, I know that was the Sinaloa cartel tied in with Craig Pettis at one point in time? I want to say so, but I'm not sure. Yeah, the cartels, boy, they moving heavy. We had a chain of Mexican restaurants through Huntsville all the way down to Pensacola. Nice Mexican restaurants too, all tied to the cartel, and them boys came under RICO charges here over the summertime. But listen to what they saying about the Sinaloa cartel. So that was the cartel tied to Craig Pettis. That's crazy. That's crazy. Listen to what he's saying about him and the type of materials that they moving through the city.
Drug cartels are interesting. A lot of guns come in illegally through Memphis, but the crates of illicit firearms come in with the kilos of illicit drugs. One of the things that is not checked is this thing that actually offers trade opportunity to this area. In Europe, they have these specialized containers that they use to load trucks, planes, trains, barges, and the barges are floated down the canals and estuaries to the Mediterranean, where they are put on board these ocean-going barge transports. If you're ever in New Orleans and you go down to the port, you'll see these things that look like 1,000-foot-long streamlined oil tankers. Those are barge transports. So when they get there, they drop the rear hatch, float them out, they get a tow, which takes about 30 days to get from New Orleans to Memphis. Nobody runs them through customs until they get to Memphis. So all during this 1 month long journey up the Mississippi River, they get met by packet boats, commissary boats, mail, and everything else. And there's a back and forth exchange on whatever is on those barges, and nobody's looking.
And that could be everything from guns to drugs.
Well, worse than that.
How about
ammonium nitrate? That is a very effective long pulse explosive, and the military uses it as explosive, the explosive in 155 millimeter howitzer shells. So it is also the most common fertilizer in the United States. So you have tons of ammonium nitrate being shipped up that river on barges, and it's 1.5 times more powerful per pound than dynamite. So if you've got 8,000 tons.
Y'all know about ammonium nitrate and what it can do. Listen to the amount of ammonium nitrate they say they moving through the city of Memphis via the Mississippi River.
Powerful per pound than dynamite. So if you've got 8,000 tons worth of ammonium nitrate, that's just 4 barges. You get 6 of them, and you've got the explosive equivalent, non-nuclear, to what they dropped on Hiroshima in World War II.
And surely the Islamists, terrorists, Al-Qaeda, others are aware of this, right?
I'm sure they are. But you see, you know where it's particularly hazardous? You get up here to Vicksburg, they've got an upslope from the southern portion of the Mississippi River that goes up to Vicksburg. If you detonate this off, even if it's non-nuclear, or you can make it dirty if you wanted to. So,
a dirty bomb, nuclear dirty bomb.
But you don't have to. You still have the explosive equivalent of what they dropped on the first one in Japan, which was 16 kilotons. So that goes right up that ramp, and you wipe out Vicksburg, Mississippi. And nobody's checking. This place is got amazing potential, but it's also a trap for the unwary.
Enough ammonium nitrate to wipe out the whole city of Vicksburg, Mississippi is crazy, fam. That's crazy. This, hey, there has to be a whistleblower somewhere. He know way too much. I swear to God, and that's exactly what he doing.
What about all the cars that are constantly being stolen? Are these being put on cargo containers and shipped overseas somewhere?
We have another problem. A woman who is the county clerk is being scapegoated. She's done her homework. She had to go to paper audits because the computers were hacked, and she discovered that $28 million had been taken, and it went through the county mayor's office, who wrote a letter along with another somebody up in Nashville that they took it, because what's the problem? We've been doing it. But see, also there were several thousand license plates that disappeared, but they have been tracked through one of the mayor's offices, and those license plates are now showing up in interstate commerce on stolen vehicles. So there's all kinds of criminality going on.
What about sex trafficking? How big of a problem is that here?
That is.
Hey, quick pause for the cause, man. Y'all hit that like button. If y'all hadn't hit the like button and you're not a troll, y'all hit the like button, man. Let's get the live stream up to 100 likes. They're asking about X trafficking now coming through the city of Memphis. So yeah, this is crazy, man. But yeah, if y'all haven't hit the like button, hit the like button, family. It don't even take a second. Let's go.
A big problem here. I know from 45 years ago. Well, I represented a lot of pimps and whores here.
As an attorney.
As an attorney. And
we're talking politicians or pimps and whores?
I'm talking about real pimps and whores.
I know.
They charged them a lot of times with what they charged Diddy with, because a lot of them were over here in West Memphis, Arkansas. So they would bring them from West Memphis over here, or from where they had that series P Valley down in Mississippi. So that was not an uncommon criminal offense back then. But there are a lot of these kind of things going on here, and they never did particularly clean this up.
So let me ask you, it sounds like what President Trump, that we need to send this interview to him, and that President Trump and his administration, and I know one or two of the White House attorneys, it sounds like Memphis, and I'm sure there are other cities, but Memphis needs more than National Guard. It sounds like Memphis needs to have the FBI and the DOJ in here, and we have a lot of people that need to be questioned.
That's certainly correct. This place needs an audit. They had a sting operation about 20 some years ago, maybe a little longer than that, called Tennessee Waltz.
I remember that.
They need to have a Memphis boogie.
Tennessee Waltz.
This is a very bad.
They already got a Memphis boogie. Yeah, tell him about Big Bug.
Maybe a little longer than that, called Tennessee Waltz.
I remember that.
They need to have a Memphis boogie. This is a very bad place, and it is bad for what this town could be. This could be the Chicago for the 21st century. This could be the Silicon Valley for the 21st century.
They've said it could be like the Dixie Digital, right? Like Silicon Valley.
But see, there's another aspect too. We have a thing now with energy production. You've got a very high water velocity down here where the Mississippi River curves around Memphis. Mm-hmm. You've got 220-foot deep channels. There is no reason you cannot take modular hydroelectric generators like they use in Africa and Asia, which usually swing to and fro with the tides. But the Mississippi River runs 24/7 in the same direction. You don't need concrete emplacement, so you don't need any dams. All you need is some wharves, docks like you have down here with the small boat harbor. You could put several thousand of these generators in there, and instead of Memphis buying energy from TVA, it could sell energy to TVA and disperse this energy from all the way from Little Rock to Chicago to Atlanta.
Which would help a lot of people because our utility bills here are going up.
It's ridiculous.
Well, I know they're going up all over the country, but we're talking Memphis. So you're saying we could get our utility bills down to next to nothing, our energy bills.
Yeah, and make a profit out of it. And the other thing, too, part of the reason our utilities are so bad, I mean, I hate to take the dog out for a walk. One of them might pee on the sidewalk and everything breaks down. But one of the reasons is because the infrastructure has been allowed to decay because the money's going to something else. There is an opportunity for the people in the construction and development industries to get billions into their bank accounts in about 5 years. Remember, it's just 2.5 more years before Blue Oval is supposed to start operating up here in Mason. So when they start bringing in the relatives and everybody, you need some.
But the infrastructure isn't going here because the money is going to corruption.
Yeah, that's right.
And the police aren't fighting the crime because the money is going to corruption. So everything comes down to corruption.
That's right.
So the real criminals they should be going after isn't just the drug gangs, it's the politicians. Is that what I'm hearing? Those are the real criminals?
Yes.
Because those real criminals that you're talking about enable the street criminals, do they not?
Yes. See, this is actually, I handled a lot of capital murder cases as a defense lawyer. I used to train the capital defense team for the public defender's office. And hell, I used to run the public defender's office back in the 1970s. My partner after that ran it when it switched over to the county. And then my partner who became mayor, A.C. Wharton, ran the public defender's office. I know it. One of the things that we have right here is that Memphis is the first-degree murder capital of the United States. There are so many homicides that are disguised as unfortunate incidents. There was a barbecue place here. Everybody loved it. Hell, I did. I know I did.
Name that barbecue place.
It was a problem. They used to close at 2 o'clock every night, but the cash register would close up 7:30 or 8. They were laundering money, and that's one of the businesses here. You can go down on Beale Street and find that as well. And something went funny, but the proprietor of the place turned up dead one Wednesday night early in the morning, one-car wreck on I-55 near Shelby Drive. Thursday, his general manager turned up dead, same circumstances, and Friday, his chief accountant. Oh, horrible coincidence. How tragic. See, that goes on.
How about you? Aren't you worried?
No. They tried to get me when I was on the James Earl Ray case, but it was exciting.
Let's switch.
So they tried to get him when they was on the James Earl Ray case. Boy, I bet they did. I bet they did. Just like the feds follow the money trail. Nah, that's a fact. And y'all know this is one of my sweet rabbit holes that I like to dig down into. Pause every now and again. They finna talk about the James Earl Ray case. Yeah, man, y'all hit that like button. I seen N2 talking about Coleman Young. What you know about Coleman Young, man? Coleman Young, you know, that's an Alabama native, straight out of Tuscaloosa. Yeah, but he had real motion in Detroit. Yeah. One of the most crooked.
To that, by the way, in closing, Charlie Kirk murdered, assassinated on September 10th. I thought about you and I talked about you on the air because you did, as a judge, the James Earl Ray case. And so you talked about the rifles that the FBI had that went missing.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what that's about. Let's summarize the story. James Earl Ray's Remington 760 Game Master, a pump action rifle, is not the murder weapon.
Yep. Bought that junk right down here in Central Plaza in Birmingham. Yeah.
The murder weapon, at least the item that fired the fatal bullet they removed from King, had a rate of rifling twist of 1 turn in every 11 1/4 inches. His rifle had a turn rate of 1 in every 10 inches. The Army Marksmanship Unit had made 63 barrels that matched this specification, made 62 rifles on invoice. The FBI, late December 1967, got 5 of these rifles. by the end of April 68, the Justice Department ordered the FBI to return these rifles. They claimed they lost one when they did the inventory. The serial number is the one that's missing out of the previous 4, and that was supplied on the invoice. Also, 5,000 rounds of the special custom ammunition.
Don't let this go over your head, man.
First of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Listen to what he's saying, word for word. He telling you this shit. MPD. It all go back to MPD, gang.
It is consistent with what they killed King with. The last I checked in terms of the studies we were doing was that Hoover had one of his people. Hoover knew about it. And he had 2 Marine snipers recruited from Quantico, which is right across the tarmac, about from here, a couple of blocks down from the FBI training academy. They fired the fatal shot from the fire station, not the flop house and not from the bushes. In fact, if you go in the flop house now, which the Lorraine Motel Museum has acquired, it says it could not be fired because the window wouldn't go up far enough to do that. And the bushes were right below that. And if anybody was supposed to be shooting from the bushes, they would have been quite visible from Main Street from a distance about here across the street for several hours. So there is an officer, Reddick, who was on Overwatch. Reddick ran for sheriff up here in, I believe it was Haywood County. And Reddick gave us the story that he refused to remove himself. He got hog-tied, feet tied with a rope and double handcuffed, and they removed him from the scene because he refused to leave.
Yeah, they hog-tied Reddick. So Chocolate said, and they got white men from Memphis to do it, and how they got Ray to pull up at the hotel, Ray had no clue. Yes, Ray pulled up at the hotel because the gentleman that he speaks of so frequently, named Raul, told him that he was doing a deal with some foreigners. I forget the nationality. With those brands of rifle, and told him to pick up some, just a few, just to show, just one, just to show that this is the quality of product that they could provide for him. When he pulled up, he had that. James Earl Ray was not a marksman. James Earl Ray, even though he was military, he was not that familiar with guns. He got the wrong gun. And so that's why the room was rented out. And the room wasn't rented out to stalk or to surveil Dr. King at the Lorraine. It was rented out as an alibi. But it was told to James Earl Ray that it was needed to be rented out for a deal. Yeah. So let him keep going.
Didn't need they didn't want him there to see what was about to happen.
No, they didn't want him there to see. And the whole thing about the delay and the dinner for King, that's not the story. We got a statement from the lady in question, and that reverend's wife said, I'd fixed it. I'm mad because I have to make gravy because everything is drying out. They kept postponing it. And when you look at the timelines, there's some interesting things going on. So that.
And the reverend's wife that she's talking about is the reverend that led Dr. King out on that balcony, which would be the Reverend Billy Cowles. They were supposed to leave, go to the Reverend Billy Cowles' house and eat dinner, and they kept postponing it. The Reverend Billy Cowles' wife was like, she was upset about them constantly postponing them coming to the house because she'd made food and she had to make gravy because her food was drying out. So there it is. And then you had Andrew Young, you had Jesse Jackson, and you had Billy Cow. Yeah, I just spoke about him. So, and then you had a young informant. The informant, if you can recall the pictures, the informant is the young man that was stooped over Dr. King as he laid on the pavement on the second floor of the Lorraine Motel. So, yeah, absolutely. And this is all alleged for entertainment purposes only. But y'all know it's real.
That's one thing that's unsolved.
And yet the shooters came from the top of the firehouse. So I ask all that because you and I have done an interview extensively on that. And then you have the questions about Bobby Kennedy, right? And and of course we have President Kennedy. And now we have this weird situation with Charlie Kirk. And there's a lot of questions flying, and maybe we'll get them answered, maybe we won't. But what are your initial thoughts on this, based on your background? That's why I wanted to bring up your background.
I think it was a pro operation because it was too clumsy. But from what I've been reading, the shot was fired from about 200 meters away. Any good old boy from the South or West who does deer hunting can take that shot because that's just average for deer hunting.
With a scope.
Yeah, about 200 meters, and everything's scoped now. So 200 meters is not big. You're talking about a target, the triangle like this, but when you're shooting a deer, you're trying to get his heart or the arterial complex along with his lungs, and you're shooting at something like that from 200 meters. So that's an easy shot. That was not a difficult shot. There are people in this town, old guys, young guys, can take that shot all day long.
So you think it is what it is?
I think there is some unofficial support for it. And one thing that I noticed in all of these homicide cases that I represented people on was that sometimes you can set something up because you know it's likely to happen and you ignore it.
So you're saying that this kid may have had help?
He may have been ignored. I think that's what happened with Trump, is they knew what was going on and they just turned a blind eye to it and hoped it happened. It would solve a lot of problems, but he missed.
Yeah, he did, thankfully. Hey, Judge Joe Brown.
And by the way, I'll help out the president if he wants to talk to me. I have some ideas about what to do with this crime situation.
Well, we're going to send this to the White House. We know people there. We're going to send this. Judge, you have your own podcast, your own broadcast. How can people hear it?
Okay, that's with The Real Dana, and it's on Monday and Thursday. It's called Injustice for All on Thursday and Man Up on Monday. And on Tuesday, we do X Space at around 9 Central.
So just put in Judge Joe Brown into X and you'll find it.
Yes.
How about your barbecue sauce? Tell me about that before I let you go.
Oh, that's great stuff. It's been winning a lot of
Judge Joe Brown, JBB barbecue sauce. Y'all go get you some Judge Joe Brown barbecue sauce. Put it on your country fried ribs and all that good old stuff. Mojo Money Major, man, listen. For the squad that's been here, they know we done went through all of this, man. We done went through all of this. I even had some of the members of the squad that disagreed with me when I told them that bro was of black descent, and he hated it, every last bit of it. He did everything that he could to distance himself from it. That's why he despised some of the high-ranking black people of that day, back in the 50s and 60s. He despised them people, and he went hard on them because of the fact that he never wanted to be found out. Yep. Real talk. But Judge O'Brien, hey, Judge Joe Brown is always great. He always provide great content to react to. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you could look at him and tell he was passing. You know what I'm saying? And he had a male friend that he dealt with on the regular. You know, he's just a real hateful individual, man. He's just a real hateful individual. You know, so yeah, that was a crazy situation. But I love the way Judge Joe Brown breaks down that whole situation with Dr. King. And he really tore into the city of Memphis and, you know, exposed some things that, you know, people don't really talk about, you know. And the way he talks about it, it leads one to believe that the corruption is just not surface deep, that it is weaved into the very fabric of city government in Memphis. And Memphis could be so much more if it wasn't for people pocketing money and taking kickbacks and making sweetheart deals. So I mean, and that's in a lot of cities. It's not just Memphis. We've had that happen down here. And I'm pretty sure that whatever part of the United States you from, you have people that are put in place to, you know what I'm saying, lead the community that's really doing the same thing. Said I'm glad it's being exposed this time. It's time for a change. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really go in depth. Well, he went deep enough, shit. He went deep enough, Chocolate. I mean, he exposed quite a bit there, you know? I'm pretty sure he could go deeper, you know, but yeah. They think we some country bumpkins and do. And I mean, if they do, then, you know, it is what it is. But the thing about it is, the country bumpkins is really, you know, they got it seems like they got a whole system set up to keep the ones that are in those seats compensated. And you know, they follow the chain in command so things don't change, so that people pockets can still get lined. I don't know. Philly, we got a corrupt ass mayor, Cheryl Parker. Wow. I can believe it. I can tell you, for once, we have a mayor that's actually trying to initiate a change, and it's refreshing to see. Not gonna lie. In Birmingham, we love our mayor. He go hard. He really go hard. He trying to make a change. So I'm a history buff. I'm sorry, I am as well. Especially when we go in to talk about stuff like this. Yeah, I'm definitely a history buff. I mean, that's what I do, you know. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the content tonight, man. I know we talk about David a lot. I know we talk about Hernandez Govan a lot, but guess what? Hernandez Govan is gonna keep producing content, and I'd be damn if we don't sit up here and if we just sit up here and act like he ain't producing content and lying his ass off. No, we gonna talk about it. And if you don't like it, unsubscribe. Unsubscribe, because I promise you this: if you lop your head off talking crazy, if you pop your head out talking crazy, I'm lopping it off with a butter knife. Yeah. Strong, swift, and painful. Yeah. You're just gonna get blocked, man. That's all. That's all. You know, all opinions are respected, but when you want to troll, then we got to take it there. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. Black Americans in the South are the biggest black landowners. That's why them folks be trying to take over so much down south, and I believe that. History was always the class that, man, come on, man. I love going through the history books. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta know where you come from, fam. I mean, it's so deep for me. In my city, I love to see what it used to look like and what What changed? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure in your city as well as mine, the trenches weren't always the trenches. They call it white flight. Salute to my dog again. N2. He said, excellent work tonight, homie. Yeah, we ain't tripping off no naysayers, man. Never have, man. Tripping off the naysayers will be uncivilized. Yes, indeed. You know what I'm saying? Judge Joe Brown got another interview where he's speaking about more Memphis issues. I'm pretty sure he does. And if y'all like that Judge Joe Brown content, you know we can all get together and run it down. It's not a problem. Yeah, Judge Joe Brown is a brilliant mind, man. And I love to hear him talk about it. You know what I'm saying? You better run your numbers up with it too. Absolutely. I was on my way with it here. Hey, man, for real, y'all got a blue wrench. Use it. We don't time out. You know what I'm saying? We do not do timeouts. Nah. If you say something bad enough to get timed out, you done said something bad enough to get exiled, excommunicated, hidden. John Gotti. What little brother name is? They can't find him. What little brother name is that they can't find? Jimmy Hoffa. Yeah. Why do you guys think that I always say how much I hate gentrification? Yeah, absolutely. I watch and read it about history every day. It's fascinating. It's fascinating, fam. Because a lot of people, they feel like we the first ones here, man. It's hundreds of thousands upon hundreds of thousands of people that came before us. And I like to understand how they moved and how they made their living for themselves as well. You know what I'm saying? How our people got through some of the atrocities that they had to get through just for us to be here. You know what I'm saying? It's fascinating for me. For sure. Our blocks. Let's go. Yeah, man. Y'all got them wrenches, man. Lop somebody upside the head with them. Speak on D4VD's findings on Barnett. We might have to touch on it tomorrow, fam. We might have to touch on it tomorrow. We know it, Neo. Most of us watching it every day. Absolutely. Hey, man, that's my time. We at 2:30. We got 2 hours and 30 minutes in. And I appreciate y'all. Tonight was pretty good. Pretty good content. I hope you guys enjoyed it. For the folks that's watching on replay, if you made it this far, I hope you enjoyed the content. Thank you to everybody who popped out and added to the dialogue, man. And I appreciate y'all more than you know. N2, bro, you were the lone donator tonight, man, and I appreciate the hell out of it, man. Real talk. Thank you for supporting the live stream, man. Thank you for making it worthwhile for me to pop out. You feel me? Yeah. I'm telling y'all, that's why y'all didn't see me last night. See, you get off work, you work 8-9 hours, man. You come home and get ready and get set, and I be having the content. I just be like, man, F it. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired as hell, fool. Well, tonight I had to go live, man, and chop it up with y'all, man. And I appreciate you, N2, once again for showing love, man. And thank you to everybody that rocked with us for the last 2.5 hours strong. If Cypress go live, y'all know y'all more than welcome to pull up over there. You know what I'm saying? T-Baby said, here to salute, great live as usual. I appreciate you, T-Baby. You know what it is, man. Man. But we gonna call it a night. Hey, man, Doughboy, salute to you, fam. Salute to you, big homie. You know what it is, man. Glad you tapped in with us, man. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Real talk. But with that being said, hey, it's your country cousin from down 22, the Alabama hitter. And until the next time we decide to spin, I'm in the win. Salute to the hitters, man. And never forget.
I always keep it real with yourself. Don't lie to yourself. I never lie to myself. That's why niggas don't be liking me, and a lot of people don't be around me no more. You get what I'm saying? I don't lie to myself. I'm too real. You gotta be real. See, it's real, then when you too real, they fuck you over. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, bro. I try to do what's right. I'm fair in life. I don't want to get down on nobody. I don't want to finesse you. I don't want to do none of that. I ain't gonna play with you neither, though. Ain't no hoe in me. You get what I'm saying? Definitely. I want to make sure you get the same benefits I get. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, won't nobody be mad at nobody. But if I come up before you or you come up before me, it should be like, you know, it shouldn't be no problem. You know what I'm saying? But that's with everybody in life. Like, you should be able to build somebody up, or you should be able. If you ain't worried about somebody else, don't be no hater. Tell yourself the truth. Damn, I want to be like him, but I ain't gonna start hating though. Don't do that. If you're gonna be a hater, keep it to yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, homie. Back in that bed. Yeah, this shit. Finna murder that bitch. Come on with it. Got a dojo in it, feel like Cobra Kai. With them bricks, karate chop. I just broke it down and recompressed, now it's a lot. Now he hot, dummy blocks. She been eating Molly, popping hands and smoking loud. She got live, and she forgot. Bitch, I'm from Montgomery, we do numbers on the south. It's going down, fuck you talking about. They say who that thought you knew that I'm that nigga, bang 'em Jay. Floating through the city, getting it crumb making major pay. If you ain't about making money, get what, dog, we can't relate. I don't fuck with niggas like you, please just stay up out my way. Okay, I can make it double 24 to 48. Ain't no drop, it's a drought. They gon' buy this shit all day. Pocket rocket on my waist. Yeah, Lil Nina, that's my babe. She gon' show up by Lil Bang. Niggas know that girl don't play. Okay, me and you ain't equals. No, we not the same. I'm just soaking up these blessings. Thank the man, I can't complain. Nigga finally see the picture. I just got a bigger frame, and I'm still going in. Yeah, you niggas know the name. Got a dojo in it, feel like Cobra Kai. With them bricks, karate chop. I just broke it down and recompressed, now it's a lot. Now he hot, dummy blocks. She been eating Molly, popping hands and smoking loud. She got live, and she forgot. Bitch, I'm from Montgomery, we do numbers on the south. It's going down, fuck you talking about. Hey, bitch, I just love Pluto, bought the spaceship across the field. Came back with some triple stacks, said I pack, we geek for real. She say, bang, bang, where you at? I told her, meet me across the hill. Gon' look up popping pills on some video, shit for real. Junk gon' crank up the grill. Told your mail, pull out the speakers. Party every weekend, give a fuck about them peoples. Dip out for a minute, damn, they need me in the kitchen. Bitch, I'm something like a chemist. I'm a young Josephus. Late night now, I'm lurking, nigga, where the skuggies at? Yeah, I'm kicking, that's a fact. Say she sober, hold on, hunger, here, just take a piece of that. Gotta twist it to the max. Now the bitch won't shut up talking. Bet you didn't know that your baby mama love this fucking dojo in it, feel like Cobra Kai. With them bricks, karate chop. I just broke it down and recompressed, now it's a lot. Now he hot, dummy blocks. She been eating Molly, popping hands and smoking loud. She got live, and she forgot. Bitch, I'm from Montgomery, we do numbers on the south. It's going down, fuck you talking about. Hey.
Yeah.